now that it is good to see you again. How goes the collection?
It's going better than expected. We saw the other person going after all the things.
Oh, I believe you mentioned them in passing last time you were here. Can you tell me more about this person?
Well, we know that he probably killed the Samsaran.
Oh no. Oh,
Rip Sinitri.
so Mitri has passed. That does that mean that that Doc has also passed on, as it were?
That's the good news. Last I saw him, he was in the process of being reborn.
Actually, while you guys were in the underwater city Meridia, he was actually completely.
Oh,
recovered.
okay. So he did die, but we got him fixed by that gnome guy.
By Teraunce.
Yes.
That's excellent news. But Sonitri, that's a hard pill to swallow. How is Doc? How did hopefully collecting the sugar machine wasn't too much of a difficulty for you all?
I mean, it went better. It could have gone better if Pauline didn't actively try to stop us at some point. But otherwise,
When did I do that?
you literally attacked Duker while we were attacking the sugar dragon.
Yep.
Because he was being mean to a dragon.
So yeah. So you were, you weren't helping, is what I'm saying.
It was incidental.
But
And
I know
really,
that
it was his fault in the first place.
Clearly.
is incidental literally throwing a flask at someone.
The sugar dragon, for your information, was kind of killing a real dragon, so...
It sounds like you've been on quite a journey. How about the other members of your party?
They're coming over. Basically, Farron was holding us prisoner under the sea, but I managed to save everyone, and they're all coming over. So I'm just basically waiting for them to come back.
Holding you prisoner, that's... I don't like the sound of that. I never did get along terribly well with Teraunce. He was quite an ingenious man, but I must admit his ideas of morality may be a little skewed. I'm sorry you had to go through such a trouble, I suppose, but it's...
I mean, it's for the best. We got, like, basically we got all the things except for what the wizard is holding at this point. So it is, like, I mean, whatever. We got out of it.
Which artifacts does the wizard hold?
He
I
still
assume you're
has the
talking
amulet.
about... Okay, the amulet of precise measurements, and probably Sonitri's artifact as well, I assume, the staff of mixing.
Right.
Very well.
And everything else account for. But from what we can tell, due to Duker's magic sword, he's holding on to those objects, so it's not like he's stashing them anywhere else. So hopefully, if we can find him, we'll get both of them, and we'll be fine.
Very well. Good luck with the whole situation. If there's anything I can do in particular, feel free to let me know. Fortunately, I'm still confined to my cell. Hey, Mayo, I've got some music running already, man.
Hi, though.
No, you're good. It's like a quiet, introspective talking moment. So maybe we'll get to the battle music later. Right. If there is anything that I can do to help, provide any information, anything of the sort, please do let me know. And if you're going to be in town, feel free to visit while you're here.
Yeah, like I said, I've got a day to burn until everyone else gets here. So we don't really have a plan right now. So we'll get back to you if we actually need anything. Stay in touch.
Very well. The best of luck to you. And he politely bows.
I'm getting Twitch followers? That's nice.
You're getting what?
Oh,
Getting
well,
Twitch followers.
Oh.
Oh
Nice.
my.
How dare you?
Eh,
Alright, so the rest of the party does actually catch up a day later. Did Nava want to do anything else in town for this last day?
Honestly, like, I've been on the run for a while. This is gonna be an off day.
Alright, you're just gonna take it easy.
I'm just curious. How did Raocow find out we were following him?
Oh,
I w-
yeah.
Colleen? Or
No, from
Carrier
Daventry,
pigeon.
they sent a carrier pigeon to Corvasca, and
Oh.
they intercepted me.
oh,
Which was a smart call. I wasn't quite sure how they were gonna do it either, but that works.
mm-hmm.
Alright. Yeah, no PCs have died yet, but you guys came close to the death worm. So, yeah, the rest of you guys catch up, and sure enough, you meet up with Nava in town. And congratulations, you're all back together.
Mm-hmm.
But Colleen is currently
Unfair.
still in jail.
Does
Well,
does
we can't ask for more, can we?
do you tell us that Colleen's in jail, Raocow?
Yeah, I'll tell y'all. Of course I would.
Okay, good. She's out of our hair.
So, as you guys are actually finally meeting up again, Nava, you feel that somebody is trying to scry you.
Okay.
Oh, on that
Would you
note,
like to roll a will save?
Yes I will. Need to check what my numbers are again.
also on that note, Raocow, Nafa, those amulets were actually exactly what Farron said they were. They were anti-scry amulets. We had Bakerton
well.
check them. They were
I
surprising.
had a good look, and yeah, they just seem to be just that.
Well, you can't blame me for, like, not wanting to take any chances.
Sure enough, you do resist the scry.
Also, I think... Do you got it on you? Because I'm gonna put it on then, if you're 100% sure they're safe.
That is a good question. If you brought yours, well,
I think I mentioned wanting to bring it.
I seem to recall that, yeah, Relgil did grab Nava's.
So yeah, I hand Nava his anti-scry amulet back.
Alright, and I'm gonna put it on. There it is. So I got anti-scrying.
Mm-hmm.
So
Neat.
we've got all our immediate goals cleared right now, right? We've got all the artifacts available. We're back together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When you guys, when you were let out, do you know where the wizards still lie down south, or?
oh no,
Apparently
you didn't let us
somewhere
out.
at the
We
coast.
We used the Monkey Monk Monastery because there was an obelisk underwater. If you had waited, I would have let you. I would have told you.
That's
Ah.
preposterous.
Yep, there was an obelisk underwater by the
I
city.
have no idea what the people whoever put that obelisk there was thinking, but it helped us out. So
Well, wasn't it that used to be on the beach or like cliffside and just like it got taken over by the shore over like a few hundred years?
probably.
could be.
That's what they said.
Trust me.
Their place isn't exactly new. It has been around for a while.
Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, you should have seen the cobwebs in that that end stop because it's apparently basically never used.
So, by the time you guys did show up, it is evening time.
Mm-hmm.
So, did you guys want to spend the night in town before heading out?
I mean,
Where would
What-
we be getting out?
yeah. What are we doing exactly?
That's a good question.
Mm-hmm.
One hint about the wizard's whereabouts, which might not even be accurate anymore, that is somewhere at the coast, which could be anywhere from Oshana to Orna.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, seem to just be relaxing, just taking it easy.
Mm-hmm.
Do we got anything on us that we can just have properly scried, like that used to belong to
His
him?
spell book, yeah. That's what we used last time.
Yep.
Yeah, it's worth giving it another shot because He has everything we want.
Besides, Daventry's going to be close to the wizard. I've got I've got connections. I've told someone.
Teraunce, you're cutting out a lot. Could you maybe reduce your mic sensitivity a little bit?
I'm cutting out.
Well, increase the. Like,
Oh, yeah, sorry. Increase mic
Oh,
sensitivity.
yeah, half of your
Cutting
words
out.
are coming through, yeah.
I wasn't actually cutting out. I don't think. If you're hearing stuttering, that wasn't me cutting out.
No, half of your words are actually missing.
yeah. By definition, if you begin speaking and there are gaps in between words, you are stuttering.
The last time you spoke was fine. So.
Can you hear me now? All
Yeah.
of this. Then yeah, I wasn't cutting out. It was just kind of him a little nervously speaking
you're
up.
cutting out as we speak.
I would turn the mic sensitivity up just a little bit, and we're probably fine. It wasn't bad. It was just, it was there. It did sound like audio cut out. So anyways, what are you guys gonna do?
Testing 3, 2, 1.
Now it seems to work.
Yep. To work.
So, who other than Teraunce do we know that has scrying magic available?
Well, there was the scrying guy we used back in Daventry.
Yeah. That's right.
But beyond that, let's say we know where he is. What can we do about it? Like last time, he just clowned us.
Yeah, but last time we were level 1.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
that's exactly the difference.
So,
I mean, a whole party that has increased that much in power. I think we're not completely chanceless. I think.
what we could do is maybe sabotage his prospect at the ritual, whatever he's trying to do. Like find out where he is. When he leaves, we could try to sabotage something. I don't know. It's not guaranteed to be at this at the seaside cabin all the time.
So getting all the things before he's like, I don't know if he can start his whatever he's trying to do. Like, I don't know if he can start until he has everything. But.
Yeah, but like, you know, just make sure in advance. Yeah, it's probably not the best idea, but you know, just bring it out there.
All right.
So last time we were scrying, and we couldn't really tell where he was. Just what kind of general location, but not where on.
There's
So,
not.
We could just like go down the entire coast for like a month or something, but it's a full waste of time.
oh yeah.
There's not like a more powerful version of Scry that's more like a GPS where we can just know where he is.
There is greater scrying, but that's, I think, a level 7 spell?
So that's a possibility. They're just gonna be difficult to find. Or actually, in the report there was that mage group. There will probably be someone there that could do it.
That is true.
Yeah, the Cypher Mage.
If we could show proof that we repaired Doc, maybe they'll do us a favor.
Oh yeah, they wanted him, right? I had forgot that. About that.
I did promise it to them.
Yeah.
Do you think?
And we did do it. Now we just have to prove it to them.
I mean,
And tracking down and possibly defeating an evil wizard might also be in their own interests, maybe. So that could be helpful.
so all we need to do is get back to Orna so that Farron can give us Doc back, and we can bring him over to Realport and see if they'll do that for us. That's a big.
Just simply knock on the paranoid gnome's door.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah. I wonder how he's doing, considering how he was wrecked when you left Nava, and now we also escaped, so he's probably not very happy right now.
Oh no, don't worry. I had Biggerton give him a message. He knows not to worry about us.
Mm.
Okay. You say so.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and that's basically the best I could think of, is to do that whole thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not.
So, Colleen in prison. Do we really want to get her out? Like, like a serious question.
Better question is,
Not
does it
particularly.
even matter? Because she's like probably broken up to prison a dozen times already.
Mm.
I mean, I feel like the more people against that wizard, the better.
Unfortunately, I don't think Colleen's very much against the wizard.
What? She totally
We can
wanted
ask
to
her.
kill him the most out of everyone.
Yeah,
she,
because it's a parrot.
she also didn't want to hurt him because he had a parrot. It
She
was-
was completely
What?
fine.
I wanted to
Wasn't fun.
kill him.
Yeah, she wanted to destroy him for having a pet.
He had a slave.
Yeah. That's another way of wording it. Like, someone who would be able to take him by surprise, like, would be extremely worthwhile.
Mm.
It's just, until then, you need to promise not to actively try to kill anyone else of us. Please.
Mhm,
Well, she does have that attack duck.
mhm.
That might be useful.
So the duck is what we're actually recruiting. Colleen is just like
Nearly.
baggage.
Mhm.
As Pineapple has shown, a pet or summon is better than the original owner, well, the master.
It's gonna be true for me too next level. So
I'm just the HP for Pineapple. That's it. I'm the hitbox.
I see.
I'm
Fine,
surprised.
let's go talk to the guards and see what we can do.
I'm surprised Colleen hasn't gotten mad at Nava for having a pineapple.
She could tell Pineapple's happy.
Yeah.
This is something we've addressed in like episode 1.
Yeah.
Pineapple isn't even a real animal, so I'm not sure how she's on like non-real summoned entities.
Mhm,
So are you guys going to head to the jail?
mhm.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose.
So yeah, the four of you guys head to the jail, and sure enough, the same sheriff is there. She seems to be packing up for the day, as another halfling guard is kind of stepping in to take the night shift. So she looks up as you guys enter. Goes, "Oh, back so soon? I'm here to visit Leon again."
Go ahead.
Sure, I suppose, but unfortunately, Colleen is actually supposed to be in our care. Unfortunately, she's escaped numerous times and that friggin' sort of stuff. But there's let's just leave. There's an evil wizard and that sort of stuff, and can use all the help we can get. Regretfully, as we are to.
Now hold on. Now, are you telling me that Colleen is your responsibility, or are you guardians of some sort?
It was
If so, you've been horribly irresponsible.
She's very good at sneaking off.
I can't believe it. If that's the case, you will all need to be at her trial as well.
Oh, darn.
What did she do this time?
Maybe you should go and talk to her yourselves. I'm not sure. I can't quite say what she's accused of right now. Unfortunately, the city's got me under a strict NDA in that.
Dang, NDAs.
Gotta wait for embargo to lift.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's a matter more for press. We don't want them reporting any half truths that maybe come.
I'm not sure how the press could record anything since none of us here are press. B, we've all got anti-scrying amulets on.
Look, I don't like the rules either, but I've got to deal with them same as you.
Look, basically the thing is, we're not exactly responsible for Colleen, but she's been following us for like weeks, and basically we've basically come to the conclusion if she's basically loose cannon either way, and we might as well.
She's gonna keep following us no matter what we do. She'll just escape from here. So either we can.
So basically decided that we might as well keep a watch on her.
We've kept a vampire here in this jail for over 100 years. What makes you think that she can get out?
Well, it's worth mentioning that the vampire is here by choice.
What do you
And
mean?
in a very fancy cage.
Well, yes.
I
we have
assume
that
you don't have the same
specifically.
for her.
No, but she's human, right?
Okay.
So, probably.
I'm
Pro-
not sure.
Probably.
If she's just human, then we shouldn't have to worry about it.
She's I'm pretty sure she's managed to set sewers on fire.
Oh yeah, that
She would
happened.
like to blow up half of Daventry, yeah.
Wait. Are you telling me that the events in Daventry from about a month ago, that's her fault?
Partially.
Unfortunately.
Can't say more under NDA, unfortunately.
Oh, very clever. Okay, look, I don't know what to say. I just want to go home. I've got a nice pot of stew and a nice bed waiting for me when I get home.
Alright,
Go in there and chat with her to your heart's content.
Okay.
My associate will
resolve
be
this
taking
tomorrow.
over guard duties for the night.
Just
Don't do anything stupid.
out of curiosity, what's her bail?
You can't afford her bail.
That's what I was thinking.
Oh, rude.
I mean, unless you've got approximately 10,000 gold on you.
No.
Just want to know. Just know what, to prepare for. And, yeah, well, we're just gonna make our way in then.
All right. Enjoy. And she tosses on a hat and tosses her coat over her shoulder and walks out the door.
And we're gonna head in and ask. And I'm gonna immediately head in and ask Colleen, "What did you do this time, Colleen?"
Hey, look. I can't be responsible for every single time I need to liberate a slave from an oppressive person.
What did you steal this time? What?
I didn't steal anything. Look, there was
What
this
did you
guy.
kill this time?
Well, okay, that's a little bit better question.
So
There was this guy on a horse, and he was hitting the horse pretty bad. I didn't much care for that, and I started giving him a little bit of treatment from his own medicine.
you murdered him, didn't you?
I mean, in a strict technical sense, but was he ever really alive in the first place?
Yes.
Don't you get solipsistic on us?
Okay.
Leon kind of peeks over his book and says, "You traveled with this sociopath?"
Unfortunately, yes.
I'm an animal.
More like you travelled with us. We didn't exactly choose her.
Hey, I saved your lives.
Whatever. And he looks back down at his book.
With the worm, oh me.
You were
a good distraction.
You were-
But,
you were trying to tame the death worm and make it a pet.
Yeah. Well, a friend. I don't like to use the word pet.
You also blew up half the sewer of Daventry. Or town of Daventry.
That was an unfortunate byproduct of attempting to save a parrot, as you well know. Are you saying I shouldn't save animals from evil wizards?
You killed it.
And I have been paying moral recompensation ever since. I cry every night.
I think it's good to hear that you have some kind of moral, I guess.
But, you're probably going to spend a while here in this jail.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Are you saying you're going to set fire to the jail somehow?
I mean, maybe as a byproduct. I
Leon
wouldn't mind.
Leon swiftly closes his book with a big thump and puts the book down and stands up from his cot. He looks over and says, "Look, is she going to be a useful asset on your journey?"
I'm like the only one that believes so, but I think so.
Colleen, will you protect these people?
As long as they're not mean to animals, sure. Why not?
Will you be mean to animals?
What would we?
Not unless they're attacking us.
Colleen, hold still. This won't hurt a bit.
It's gonna be a yes, isn't it?
I like where this is going.
The Leon begins making a few hand signs and muttering under his breath. If you want to make a spellcraft check, you can figure out what spell he's casting.
I want to know.
Or you can just wait and find out.
I want to know.
I need to expend the crummy rolls on something not important.
Yeah, so you don't recognize from the casting alone, but oh, actually Nava does. Now I need to actually look up the exact name of the spell.
That's why I wanted to know. It's more work for
spell?
you.
The spell is Ice Crystal Teleport. So what happens is, Colleen, if you would like to make a save, it's a will save. If you trust Leon, then you don't have to.
I don't see any reason why I would.
Alright, then ice begins to form around your legs and spreads over your body until you are encased in a large crystal of ice entirely, along with your
I
duck.
begin screaming as it happens and cursing,
Whoa,
saying,
whoa,
"Fuck
whoa,
you!
whoa.
I trusted you."
And then, it's gone. The ice crystal is gone with Colleen and the duck. Next thing you know, Colleen, your ice crystal has been teleported to just outside the area of the town, just outside the boundaries of the town, and it melts, and you are perfectly fine and unharmed, and outside
I'm
the town.
gonna kill that vampire.
You're also wet.
Leon,
That's
what did you
I'm
do to
gonna
her?
kill.
I have moved her outside of the cell. She should be out to the east of the town.
Time to head out there before she sets fire to a building or something. I don't know what she'll do. And
Make
try
it
and...
quick.
Grab my shit wherever I hit it.
Bring her away from this town.
Uh-huh.
We will.
Thanks, Leon. It's appreciated.
Thank
We
you
should
for
tell the
getting her
guard
out of my
about this.
cell.
We should tell the guard about this, probably.
We probably shouldn't.
No, we should probably just keep it quiet.
So there was screaming, though, coming from the cell as Colleen was getting encased in ice. So actually, the guard does burst in. She looks around. What's going on in here?
Nothing.
Nothing, huh? What was that screaming?
Leon seemed to have done something to her, so now she's gone. I didn't quite understand it myself entirely, but
Where's the prisoner? Where's the human?
I don't know.
She's. What, did you see what happened? Did you say Leon did something? Leon, what did you do? I simply did what needed to be done. that is unhelpfully vague, and you know that. What happened?
Sometimes vampires get hungry.
Exactly true.
You see a grin spread across Leon's face. I don't know a lot about vampires, but I'm pretty sure they don't eat people wholesale. That is simply impractical.
He has been in prison for a while. He might be extra hungry.
We feed you a nice bloody steak every day. And Leon does kind of shrug, nod.
I mean, it's not the same though. Like, if you were eating the same thing every night
I don't know
hundreds
what
of years.
exactly he did, but he was a bit upset at her and cast some kind of spell at her. And now she's gone. I'm no spellcaster, really don't understand what he did either.
Mm-hmm.
Leon, is she dead? I simply did what needed to be done. Leon, you're usually so helpful. What's going? What? God, I'm getting to fill out so much paperwork.
I mean, technically, it's less cost for you guys. You don't need to feed her or her duck.
I mean,
Like, it's just...
that's true. I don't know why she insisted on having a duck in the cell with her. Anyways, look, now she's got all this stuff that she left behind, and I'm gonna need to fill out proper reports for that, and the investigator's gonna need to get informed. And
Can we have her things for sentimental value?
I mean,
presumably I hid my shit. Like, that's what happened.
At
the
least
first
they're
time I was
important.
arrested.
that is true. That is true.
And I did say after I got out, I went to go get my shit wherever I hid it.
No, that's true. That's reasonable. Would it have been
But you probably had something on you that wasn't worth hiding.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah,
just
that's probably
shit.
true.
Sorry.
I probably have like seed and animal food.
She just left behind a sack of seed. Like, if you want it, sure, take it.
Yes, I will. Thank you very much.
All right,
Pineapple
get
would
it.
like it.
Just take it out of. God, I've got so much work to do.
Look, it's gonna be okay.
Wait, hold on. Yeah, and you see her cast detect magic. You can tell she's not an experienced spellcaster. Dang it, she's not even invisible. What did you even do?
I don't know, like, she's not of this world anymore.
Well, or she's at.
The guard just
It
storms
had to
out.
be done.
Guard storms out and comes back in with a big old bag of seed, drops it in front of you, then storms back out again, going, ah!
So sorry for her.
As you guys, yeah, so that's, are you guys gonna leave the jail now, or are you gonna talk more with Leon?
Yeah,
no,
we're just gonna leave.
Yeah.
We
I
don't
mean,
want her to get
very
away.
briefly, just gonna show and tell him what happened to his sword.
Oh,
Yeah, just something
that
very
is- that is most interesting. I haven't seen anything like that in quite some
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, Bakerton called it a bound blade.
I suppose in the meanwhile, I'm gonna go to Tripoli, I suppose.
Alright, as you're walking out, you see the halfling guard just, she's got a pile of paperwork she is furiously filling out in front of her. You hear her mutter under her breath, "Nope, slot for eaten by vampire." Yes, that sword is most interesting. Yeah, it is a blade bound blade, to my knowledge.
It calls itself Hang.
It calls itself Hank. That's
Yeah.
quite amusing. How smart are you, Hank? Hank can't telepathically communicate with anybody but you yet, can he?
No.
Well, tell Hank that I said hello and that he served me well as
No,
my
he can
sword
still
long
hear
ago.
and perceive the words. So he hears what he says. He just
Oh.
can't
It's
he
been
just can't
quite some
speak to
time since
anyone.
I've dealt with that. I
Yeah.
apologize, Hank.
I'm just only the one that can hear him, but he can still hear only.
I do hope that Hank serves you as well as I suppose he served me in the past, if you can consider it even the same blade.
I think not actually, since he, from his perspective, he seems well, from his point of view, he just suddenly started existing. It was not that he was the blade and then like awakened. He just suddenly became. It's a bit weird.
That is most interesting. I'm afraid I never studied magic to the extent that, say, Farron's or Bakerton did. In fact, what I cast on Colleen is probably the extent of my higher powered magic. Regardless,
Expelled the extent of his magic, yeah.
most fascinating. Do have a safe journey, gentlemen.
We'll try. Bye.
Goodbye. And
Goodbye.
he gives a very polite bow. Say goodbye, Alfonso. Goodbye, everyone!
Goodbye, Alfonso.
I almost forgot about them, but almost. Yeah, I catch up with the rest.
Alright. And now the party's all together. Yay!
Convenience.
We did it.
Now,
Game.
now we
We
just
freed the terrorist.
need to head over to Honor wherever. To
Yeah, I guess so.
It is pretty late at night.
suppose it might be wise to camp then first, because we have Colleen, we can't go back into town to sleep. Oh well.
I
I
see
mean,
she
you
can
guys
stay on
could.
her
I
own.
can sleep. I can sleep out in the woods.
Promise to wait for us.
Yeah, sure.
Alright.
I've never not waited for you.
That's true. That is accurate.
Alright, so do you guys find a reasonable inn?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, you guys hitch up at the 7 Silvers for the night.
Oh man. For
So-
everyone?
Well, the name of the inn is the 7
Oh.
Silvers. Amusingly enough, a bed for the night is 5 silver. So that's 5 silver each.
The name is just for, tips.
Yeah, it's a nice little inn and tavern. Has a bartender behind the counter, halfling, who's cleaning a mug that never quite seems to get clean.
Mm-hmm.
And during the night, Nava, your dream is particularly vivid. And in fact, you start realizing partway through the dream that your dream is probably being magically affected some way.
Oh.
Now, what you dream, actually, is you dream Farron's standing in front of you, and he looks sheepish.
Hey.
Look, I tried to scry you to message you, and I couldn't. You must have not been so cooperative this time. Look, I made a mistake. I made a very big mistake. I was overprotective because I knew what dangers you have for you, and frankly, I didn't trust you to handle them, but apparently I don't have a choice anymore. I feel bad, but I also don't feel that I was wrong, per se. I do hope that I am. Look, enough beating around the bush. I did some more research for you. I actually did scry his right hand further. And I found out where exactly his hideout is. I found his exact location. It's actually one of the islands in the Ring Isles. It's close to the southern area. It's nearest to Orono, which is why I've actually detected that he's headed there now, probably to gather more information. Maybe he's just doing something as simple as a food run. I don't know. But he's headed there now. But Doc is currently on his way up north, toward Riddleport specifically. Doc has the exact coordinates of this island, and he can get you there. It might not be so easy to cross the ocean, which is why I've also given him enough money for you all to buy your own boat.
Oh, swanky.
I'm not quite sure how much boats cost these days, but what I gave you should be enough. Look, he's going to be at Riddleport in about 6 days. If you could meet him there, It's going to be at Pegleg Pete's Tavern on the docks. You got that?
I got that.
I'll keep an eye on Zrydan's movements. Be safe, please. It's not just your lives that are at stake here.
Apologies accepted.
Thank you. I am sorry. Hopefully the ship and the coordinates will help alleviate some of the inconvenience. Balance out my karma a little, we'll see.
But we know what we're doing. Once we're done, we'll pay a visit. Just show that we're alright. And we'll see what we can do to make amends, alright?
Oh, okay. While I am attempting to put confidence in you, I still am fearful for my own safety, so I will be remaining in Meridia for the time being.
That's fine. That's completely fine.
I will let you know if I end up relocating somewhere.
Sounds good.
Good luck.
Stay safe.
And he blinks out of existence. And it's the morning.
And dream spell is really uncomfortable barging in like that.
Well,
But,
do you tell us about this, Raocow?
yeah.
Or?
Oh yeah, like first thing we do over breakfast is I try to retell as exactly as I can the whole conversation.
I imagine you guys are like grabbing breakfast in the inn, but I'm curious, what does Colleen do for breakfast?
Mushrooms.
Cool, just standard foraging.
Mushrooms and berries.
She also grows like 3 feet.
Okay. Well, after breakfast, if that's the case, maybe, wonder if we could make a detour to see Leon or not. Probably not. I think the guards are probably annoyed with us.
Yeah, I think it's best to give it a few days.
Yeah. So let's head out and eat Colleen and head to Riddleport.
Right.
All right. So you guys head on out to Riddleport, and after 2 days of uneventful travel, you do in fact arrive there.
So that leaves us.
You were in Riddleport, and you've got 4 days until Doc will arrive at Pegleg Pete's Tavern.
Yeah.
Nava, you mentioned something of the homicidal skeleton, right? Might as well clean up this shell.
Are stronger than we used to. Okay. Hitch a ride on Pineapple. We're gonna fly around and we'll try to spot it in the alley. Alright?
Sounds good.
But if anything happens, if you look in danger, we're getting out of there.
Makes sense. Better safe than sorry. Alright.
Anyone want in?
Sure, he ambushed
Sure.
me. He was very rude.
Sure. Sure.
Like, Pineapple's gonna be able to ride with me and Don, because Don is small, but we'll be able to spot him, and we'll tell you where he is.
Alright, so you guys are flying over the winding streets of Riddleport. And there's a lot of alleyways to cover. Roll me a perception check.
Alright.
Hilariously, you probably should have actually taken me because I've actually upped my percentage of perception.
Well, you didn't volunteer.
Yeah. I would have, but done.
Let me also roll Pineapple. So,
Mr. Pineapple's got surprisingly good perception.
Is it really surprising if everybody else doesn't have any perception?
Hot damn. Yeah, Pineapple, everybody else is... Like, you're looking in the alleys and you see some people walking occasionally. But Pineapple recalled that the skeleton tended to hang out on the edges of the alleys, trying to lure people in. And sure enough, Pineapple does see the skeleton kind of sitting at the edge of the alley, kind of as if looking for some sort of prey. And it does look like the same black robe skeleton. Oh, by the way, let's move our pictures here. Go for it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's funny if the plot hook that's getting bitten.
All right, so what do you guys do? You have in fact found him.
All right. So tell everyone who wants in where he is. I would rather like fly off and go like on the other side of the alley, so that if he like tries to run off, we can, like get him by surprise.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be like like just sniping him from afar, but yeah, I'd rather be safe. So I mean, I must pretty good drop me off on the roof, I suppose, while the so I can provide supporting fire.
Got it. No,
Feels like engaging him.
So,
I'll keep an eye on him with my duck, I guess.
I mean, I'm not sure how good. I'm not sure how good my weapons would be. I've got swords, but
So basically, you guys kind of slowly surround him.
yeah.
it's looking like that. Yeah.
All right, so Don and Don and Nava are approaching from the alleyway, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
And
FYI, by the way, I think I got a ninja trick last. I should have. So if all checks out, I have that one that if you move half speed, you get to use my stealth modifier, modified by armor check panel.
Yeah, no, I
Which my stealth modifier is plus 18.
Oh wow! So
Is that before or after armor class penalty?
What? That's before.
Shame.
But still, that's insane. So
Yeah.
just as long as you guys are moving half speed, you get a plus 18.
So mind if I draw on this surface?
Actually, I could just be like Galoo. I could ask.
No. Here, actually, let me widen this map a little bit and throw in a little bit of an alleyway map for you guys.
All right. Yeah.
Like the skeleton.
Anyway,
doesn't
I don't mind being
really
one that
affect
confronts
me.
him directly from the front.
But yeah, I get.
So
What's even with your armor? What's your armor check penalty, Don?
-5, I think. Let me check.
That's still a plus 13.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
That's kind of ridiculous, honestly.
-6 actually, but
12.
plus 12. Yeah.
Man, they won't hear that paladin coming.
Oh wait, no, the -6 is. No, yeah, you're right. Am I? No, I forget. Whatever. Stealth up, and it's kind of silly. But now I was thinking if I could just like act as a decoy who doesn't know me, so I could just like ask him for that I'm looking for somebody who's been killing people in the area lately, so he goes into the alley, so he's out of the way and people don't freak out when the fight breaks out.
all right, let me get some copies of your tokens.
Yeah, I think an even a more safer way is if you say to him that we are asking for. I can't speak today apparently. If you tell him that we're looking for someone that kills people in alleys, he might get wary. But if you just ask him, well, hey, you look like someone who has business to do. You want to do business with us or something like that. I don't know.
You
Well, it feels
look like
like-
someone who has business to do.
It feels like
I don't know.
that makes you just need to look like you're looking for something, and he'll approach you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
I need.
but he usually asks what we're looking for and then pretends that he knows on the pretense to lure people into the alleyway. I actually intend to abuse that so he gets out of the way where people can see the front.
It's a duck. Tiny.
All right, so out here is where the main alley is. Let me get a skeleton token.
So all this is like the inner alley and stuff.
Yeah,
This is the
yeah. I'm
main
just
road,
placing
though.
you guys willy-nilly, really. Here's a skeleton. I need to get a pineapple for you guys.
Because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna land here,
Pineapple.jpg. There you are.
and my plan is I do not have control over pineapple.
Yeah, I'm about to give that to you. Controlled by...
Wait a sec. Did we level up to level 7 last time? Because
No, you guys are level 6.
good, because I was wondering if I messed up somehow. My token still doesn't have character HP.
Alright.
So basically, what I'm doing is I'm gonna station pineapple here, but as soon as the skeleton looks like it's gonna be hostile, I'm readying my action to cast Create Pit underneath him.
Okay. Alright, so everybody else, are you all approaching from the alleyway?
I was good. Well, I
I
wasn't
think
gonna.
and Don is gonna approach from outside.
Uh-huh.
Or well, not.
Yeah.
Just try to get him to approach us.
Yeah.
It's not paladin stop coming from behind.
Alright, so everybody who's approaching from the main road, just move yourself up to the top of this little area.
Mhm.
And then, so, Raocow and,
I'm
Colleen are
going
be
in
approaching
super.
from the
I'm
alley.
going in stealth.
Yeah, no, you are so stealth.
What did you say? Oh,
I'll
I'm.
go ahead and do stealth as well. Why not?
Alright, so you guys are coming in from the alley behind. Nava's on top of the building with Pineapple. And then you two are approaching from the front. So hold on, let me pull up the picture of a skeleton here, which I still have in the GM
There's
layer.
my stealth check.
Do I need to make a
I mean, you technically could use mine if you wanted to. I don't know what your armor check penalty is,
If you're
Colleen.
trying to be stealthy, then yeah, you should probably make a stealth check.
What do I roll if I want to use Ragel's mad power?
I don't think. Are you wearing any armor?
No.
Then plus
Plus 18.
18.
Like it's leather armor, so.
Yeah, that's gonna be a straight plus 18.
Good thing natural ones don't matter in skill checks.
Yeah, no, you're lucky the Pathfinder isn't that mean of a system. All right. So yeah, you guys are all stealth in the alleyway there, and then yeah, so Don and Velmir are approaching from the front. Are you guys just gonna casually walk by?
I'm just gonna look around to if the others are actually properly stealthed.
Yeah.
I'm also going to send my duck out as a scout ahead of time.
All right. So there's.
Yeah, I didn't see you guys at all.
So how close is the duck gonna get?
Oh, relatively close. It's going to stay at the rooftop area.
Okay.
You don't see anyone.
You don't even see the skeleton standing in front of you.
Yeah, they look so stealth. You're not even sure they're there. Like you're getting nervous that maybe they didn't get stationed correctly.
That's perfect. That sounds the bluff even better because it's not a bluff anymore.
But as you're kind of walking by, the skeleton, sure enough, he kind of saunters on up. Says, "Oh, hey there. You look like
Excuse me.
you look like you're a little lost here. Is that the case? Can I help you get around to Riddleport?"
Well, my friends were supposed to be in the area. Have you seen them?
Oh, I can't say I have. What do your friends look like?
Just like the usual people. There's 3 of them around. They really should have been around here. One of them has like a little pet bird. Have you seen someone like that?
Some of the pet bird. You know, I believe I may have. I believe, actually, yes. Yes, I did see some of the pet bird. They were actually just down this alleyway. Follow me.
Oh,
Wonderful.
thank you very kindly.
Yeah. He turns around to lead you back down the alleyway. Are you guys gonna follow?
Yeah. Slowly.
So, I assume Colleen and Raocow are going to kind of move around the corner or something, so that he doesn't walk literally
I don't
into
know
it.
if am I like...
Well, if that is this area still alley?
No, that's the main road.
Oh.
He's leading them back toward you guys, because you guys are in the alley.
Okay, I'm gonna move over here then.
Sure.
Alright, yeah, I can imagine that you guys are just, like, hidden behind a bin or something.
I prep an alchemist fire. Ready?
Alright, so, he keeps leading you guys back to about here-ish.
Oh. Okay, I didn't realize you were moving this far back. I was gonna try and block the other side or something. But I would get moving back then, if that was the case.
Pineapple is getting
Okay,
anxious.
if you would have kept moving back, I can draw out a little bit more of this area for you real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Like another alley that you can hide in.
Yeah. So let's just say there's another alley here.
I would have hid, like, right there then.
Alright. Cully? Would you have stayed where you are?
I don't know. So can I double? I'm not quite sure it's the land. Can I double back around here? And how did?
Basically, I'm saying that basically initially Teraunce wasn't considering how far back the skeleton would be leading them, so I let him retcon and say that he was down in that alley.
Sure, I'll be down there.
Okay. Cool. He leads you guys back to that here. I assume you guys are right behind him.
Yeah.
Keeping a moderate distance.
Alright. He turns around and says, "You know, something. You know, it might have been back this way." And he steps forward to stab you with a dagger, Belhammer.
Oh no!
I'm gonna spend a Kai point to act in the surprise round,
Okay, that's right. You can do that.
and I'm going to go and move up to here behind him.
So this is also simultaneously happening with Raocow creating a pit.
Actually, I'm going to move here and attack with a shuriken.
He thought he was ambushing us, but no, it was
We found our friends. They were right here.
Alright, so I will say that the shuriken resolves, and then the pit, and then whatever he manages to still get off.
How big is the pit, by the way, Raocow?
I can make it a 30 by 30, but I'm not going to do that because I'm break buildings. Like, I can make it smaller, so I'll make it 20 by 20.
You mean
No,
10 by 10?
each is a 5, yeah, so 10 by 10.
Oh, so basically this square right here is... So basically, oh.
Does it need to be a cube? Like, I can...
Basically that box right there is where you're drawing the pit.
Can I do that, but go at my max depth of 30 feet?
I believe so. Let me double check with Create Pit. I believe that's how it works. Like, you get a certain number of square feet to work with. Actually, it's always a 10 by 10 hole, and how deep it is determined by your level. And you're level 6, so it gets to be 30 feet deep.
Okay, so yeah.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go and fire my shuriken at him. I believe range sneak attack exists, doesn't it? Oh, and anyways, I did crit damage with my shuriken.
Holy crap! Okay.
Minimum damage.
Still only 2 damage extra.
Yeah, but I believe sneak attacks work with ranged weapons. I think.
I think you need. I'm almost positive that you need a rogue talent for that.
Do you? I can't remember.
I mean, in 5th edition there's a rogue talent for it. I don't know.
Oh no! It says within 30 feet.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no. Basically everything I'm finding from a quick Google is pulling up the
Yeah, I would actually get it anyways because it's a surprise round.
Yep. So yeah, you also get your sneak attack damage, which is bonkers.
Which I think is 3d6.
I believe so as well. Yeah. so yeah, you just did 17 damage right off the bat. The shuriken to the back of the head. Alright, and then Nava, you create a pit, so he gets to roll a reflex save. What's his reflex save gonna be?
Oh, my... Okay, what's my... That's just my spell DC, right?
Yeah.
So that's gonna be... 16.
16. Alright. So what does he roll? He rolls 11, which is not enough. So he falls down this pit and takes 3d6 damage.
Hell yeah.
4, 2, 6, so he takes 12 more damage.
Man.
This skeleton, not having a great day. He is very bloodied, by the way.
He's skeleton bloodied.
He's like falling apart, like he tries to put his arm back in its socket as he stands back up, and he just kind of looks around and is like,
Thanks for the help. It seems we found a friend.
And he shouts, "Curse you!" and casts Burning Gaze on. Well, who can he even see? He can see the people at the edge of the pit, so he can basically see
3 of us, yeah.
Ralgil and Velmir the most. He casts it on Velmir.
Sure.
So,
I watched Hunting Game. Makes sense.
yeah, you've got to roll me. Hold on. Is it will or is it reflex for days? It is. Oh, it's fortitude. I wasn't even close.
Mediocre.
Yeah, that's not. That's just barely not enough, basically. So
Darn it.
you take 4 fire damage.
Oh, no.
And
No.
also, you need to make a reflex save to avoid catching fire from this.
Damn it.
Well, you're on fire, so every turn you're going to take a d6 of fire damage.
Can I stop, drop, and roll?
I don't see why not. So if you want to take your full round action to stop, drop, and roll.
Yes.
I think there are rules about that. Like, you have to roll something sort of save to put out the fireman. I don't...
I know that it takes a full round action to try to put it out.
Putting out fire. Maybe it's
It's
an
a fire
environment.
extinct.
There's environmental rules here. Catching fire. Let's see. Dousing a fire. Dousing fire with a large amount of water other than... That's, like, literally water, though. A character on fire may automatically extinguish the flames by jumping into enough water. If there are no water in the hand, roll on fire with cloaks or the likes permits the character another save with a +4 bonus.
Okay, looks like it's a DC 15 reflex. Wait, hold on. Oh, it's just another save. So you get basically by spending a full round action, you get another reflex save to the same DC.
Except you have a +4 bonus. If you're rolling on the ground.
Yeah,
So
okay.
which I
So,
will.
yeah, make a reflex save with a +4 bonus.
Aha!
Oh, yeah, you just put yourself out immediately. Like, you fall on the ground and the fire's gone. Like, the instant you touch the dirt, it's just poof, it's gone.
I knew it was well worth the time to practice this maneuver.
I'm gonna say, for the sake of just making this quick because the skeleton is nearly dead, Colleen, you go next.
Oh.
I'll throw fire at him.
Alright, roll me an attack roll.
Alright.
He's gonna lob the potion down on him.
What's Colleen's initiative modifier anyway?
I think it's like +3.
Yeah, no, it's +5. Yeah, +5.
Railgills with that Railgills with that Kai point ability.
No, it's +8.
Uh,
No,
Look.
it's +8.
oh, I was gonna. What I was gonna say was.
Modifiers.
Yeah.
Whatever, Colleen goes now.
Whatever.
I'm just
Plus-
trying to make it so that
It
not
doesn't
everybody
matter.
needs to roll initiative.
Yeah.
Because this will probably end very quickly.
We just kind of killed it during the we just killed it during the surprise round almost.
Mhm.
Completely forget how to do. Base attack bonus plus second.
Yep.
So 6 plus. Hey there, me.
We're getting a little feedback. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
No,
done.
not plus 0. Plus. That's 13. Plus 9.
Okay. Actually, that might actually be enough. No, it's not enough.
Well, I mean, if she's just targeting a square or whatever.
Does Alchemist Fire have a splash damage? I think it does, actually.
It doesn't say on my but it probably should.
And I thought that was the point of Alchemist Fire, is that it spreads.
Yeah, it's got 1 point of splash damage, which is fun because that was exactly how much health he had left.
I suppose I'm just gonna channel energy just to make sure it stays dead and Velma gets healed. So it's 3d6.
Alright. So, poof, everybody heals for 11, and that skeleton is definitely very, very dead. Yeah, you came back with a vengeance on that guy.
No more.
World is now a better place.
And no more. And well, no more. No more skeleton. No more people be dying mysteriously from a skeleton.
And it turns out the skeleton was like a member of the Associated Skeletons League, and we're going to get sued for murder or something.
Look, it was self-defense.
Mm-hmm.
There's self-defense hunting down the skeleton.
This was a self-defense ambush.
Mm-hmm. Now this leaves the interesting logistical problem of there's now a pit permanently in the city alleyway.
Oh,
It's not
gonna.
permanent.
Yeah, it's gonna fix itself.
Oh, it's not a per.
So
It
will
lasts
it
7
bury the
rounds.
skeleton or will it push him up?
Pushes him up.
And
It's
then
funny because pits are like extra dimensional space, so if you make a pit in a thin floor, it doesn't like make you go through the floor, it actually creates a pit there. It's weird.
It's more
very
like
carefully
More seems in.
it's more a pocket dimension. than
Yeah, that's
a
closer
fence.
to it.
and then we get to loot the skeleton. See what was on the.
I mean, I want to know what has it. I'm gonna jump in the pit.
No, I'm gonna wait. I was just gonna wait till the pit disappeared.
That's not enough for me to be affected by the falling, so I'm just gonna jump right in.
Alright, yeah, you hop on down, and he's got a sack with 190 gold in it.
Score.
He's got a dagger on him, and he's also got a wand of Ray of Exhaustion.
Mm-hmm.
Is the dagger magic?
You cast Detect Magic, and sure enough, it is magic.
Nava, he said 190 gold, not 119.
Whoops. Sorry.
Yep, that is now correct. And yes, it is magic. If you'd like to roll a spellcraft check, you can try to figure out exactly how it's magic.
Heck yeah. God damn it.
I mean, Ray of Exhaustion is pretty useful, even if they make the Fortitude saves like -2 penalty to strength and except anything that implies combat, really. It's pretty useful.
And besides,
So,
from that, I've actually got a pretty decent use magic skill. So even if I could probably figure it out, I don't know. Can you use magic to figure out how to
Yeah.
cast to?
yeah, so you don't know how this dagger's magic, but you know it's magic.
Oh, the dagger's magic.
Yeah.
So we don't know what kind.
Also, he's got a
What's
tattered
my
robe
idea?
if anybody wants it. but-
13.
I don't particularly need it. I don't think anyone here wants a tattered robe off a
Oh
skeleton.
no. What color is it?
It's black.
I mean, if you want to infiltrate the evil cult.
So
Maybe.
Anyway, that's 38 gold per person if you divide it up fairly.
Alright, let's do that. So 30, son?
38.
38. Alright, so in game time that killed about 10 minutes.
Well, so as you can see, if there's any, wonder if there's a local bounty board or something like that. See if there's a quick quest we could
Or maybe
pull
if someone
off.
wanted to have that skeleton killed, already got like his stuff as proof.
Mm-hmm. So
We can just bring if it's so required.
So I forget. So who's taking what? Other than the goal has been split.
I don't really care for anything of his.
Nor do
Not
I.
anything. The one should be probably on Nava or me, but other than that.
There's a dagger that's magic, but we don't know what it does. Feels dangerous to carry.
You could
have
have detect
stronger.
evil on it, at least.
It's not evil. But you do feel a lot of lingering evil on that skeleton, man. He was real evil.
well,
I don't feel bad at all for killing him. Or-
Yeah, but let me take a
Well,
look at it. It was
I didn't
spellcraft
do
check, right?
anything to kill him.
yeah,
What's the spellcraft check to the knife? I want to give it a go as well as in the.
Yeah, go for it.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just a +1 dagger.
Oh.
Oh. Boring +1.
It's a boring +1 dagger.
So
Yeah,
it
but
was like a
it's still a magic weapon, though, which was a problem last time we tried to fight a ghost.
Not for me.
A weapon technically needs ghost touch in order to hit a ghost.
Yeah,
It can't
but
just be
50% to hit is better than no percent to hit, so
That's true.
us as Relga can use it.
well, me? Yeah, I could probably snag it. I probably won't use it regularly, but I can have it as a backup.
Alright, sounds
Yeah.
good.
That's better than most of us.
So, if no one wants a wand, I'll carry it.
Sounds good.
Too many people tired. Wow.
I mean, again, I've got a +11 to have using magic. I could probably use it if need be.
Plus 13. How much does Nava have?
Magic device uses +11 for me.
Yeah.
And I'm not even a magic guy.
Yeah, but I've got other things to invest my points in than use
Yeah.
magic.
I've got the opposite problem. I've got like sweet skulls. I put points in regularly, and the rest is all just over the place.
I have that problem. I've got scattered points in a bunch of stuff.
I mean, sometimes it's good. Like, you don't want to be over specified,
Right.
specialized.
I mean, my stealth skill is insane.
Yeah, +18 is completely
That
bonkers.
is-
At level 6 +18, yeah.
Wait, where is he now? Well, the enemy has he left?
Ain't nobody seeing my ninja. Despite the
It's only because nobody else has a perception modifier worth talking about. So.
well, I've got a +9 perception.
You can perceive yourself. Good job.
Oh, that would be the best ninja. So stealthy you can't even see yourself.
I hope I forgot myself.
So what else are you guys gonna do today?
Again, probably I don't know. Look about, see if there's a bounty board. Otherwise,
We only could take a visit by the Elf Punches and see how's the book doing.
And I want to go to the Wizard College to tell them that Doc is on the way.
All right. So
yeah.
Raocow swings by the bounty boards and doesn't manage to find any bounties for an alley skeleton by any chance. And let's resolve Elf Puncher books first. Who's
Okay.
going to Elf Puncher books?
well, me obviously, and if you want to call him along, I don't care.
Yeah, I'll probably go along with Melgo, just to see if there's any help needed somewhere.
All right.
Right.
So yeah, you guys head on over to Elf Puncher Books,
Yeah.
and sure enough, Grimdark Elf Puncher is there in the maze-like store that he runs.
Figures that a Minotaur would have a mace like.
Oh yeah, the shelves are just floor to ceiling, and it's impossible to navigate around. But at the center of the small maze is in fact Grimdark himself.
Mm-hmm.
And, he looks up when you guys make it to the center. He says, welcome back to Elf Puncher Books. It's been a while.
Yeah.
Delmere?
Not quite. Velmi.
All right. That was it. What can I help you
Puncher.
with today?
How has it been going with the book? You?
I mean, books sell about as well as they usually do in Riddleport. Mostly it's the old pulp fiction stuff that really.
No, I mean the book that I left. That was written by Gollum.
The book. Oh yes,
Yeah.
that's right. That's right. Oh, you're the one who brought me. Right, that was the book written by the Golem. You said.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So I sent it off to a local publisher. As I sent off a manuscript for them to take a look at. And they thought it was fine, but there were just parts of it that needed filling in. They said that they'd be willing to team an editor up with the writer of the book in order to get it publishable.
Actually, the writer is on his way here. It's gonna be a few more days, but he's coming.
No kidding. All right. Well,
No
that
kidding.
works out perfectly then.
Yep.
Can you give me a time estimate of when he'll be here?
Ooh, is it like 5 or 4 more days?
As far as you know, it should be 4 days.
Yeah, about 4 days.
4 days. All right. Yeah, sure. I'll clear my schedule. Bring him in any time that day, and I'll be more than happy to hook him up with the editor, and hopefully we can get that book published. They're actually pretty pleased with what's there so far. It just needs a little bit of work.
So, I'm not sure if we're gonna have the time directly that day. We'll see. We have business to attend to, but if not that day, shortly thereafter.
Sure thing. Just swing by and let me know.
Yep.
Anything else I can help you with?
No, it was just that.
All right. Well, stay safe
Good
out
luck
there.
with your books.
Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right.
If there wasn't the bounty board or whatever, I was gonna probably see if I could find the city center or something. Where the city council or something like that, or.
Well, there was a bounty board actually.
Yeah.
It's posted right outside the Golden Goblin Gambling Hall, which
Yeah.
kind of makes up the center of the town. And the bounty board there just didn't have any mention of an alley skeleton.
Wonder if there's any mention of the people disappearing in alleys.
There wasn't any mention of anything like that.
That's odd.
But
It's Riddleport, yeah.
Yeah, fair.
Let's
We're used to people just vanishing.
it's not the safest place.
Mm-hmm.
Let's handle Nav at the Cypher Mage College. Anybody else gonna be with him for that?
Colleen?
Maybe.
Oh, why would I go to the Cypher?
Yeah.
I'm just wondering who's the only person who hasn't decided on going anywhere yet.
I don't really know where I go. To be brutally honest.
I mean, that's
You could check out
that's
where
fair.
you could check out the place where the Wallmarket used to be. I mean,
I
they're
guess.
rebuilding it.
Well, if they're rebuilding it, I might try and sabotage it, I guess. I don't know.
Here I am encouraging her to commit terrorism again.
Let's
I might have
let's,
there, but I'm certainly not going to the random college.
let's handle Cypher Mage College next then. So, Napa, you actually go to the Cypher Mage College for the first time.
Mhm.
It's a pretty large series of buildings across the northern section of the city. They're all substantially fancier than a lot of the other ones around Riddleport. A lot of Riddleport feels very run down and old, but the Sephiroth Mage College seems pretty new. It seems like the stonework has been there for a terribly long time. It looks like they're expanding a lot. You have buildings of various architectural styles, and looks like it wasn't all built at once, but you've got probably a solid 15 to 20 buildings across this campus.
Alright. Is there, like, a particularly prominent building near the entrance to the campus?
Yes, you actually see two major buildings toward the center, toward the main entrance of the campus, and you see one labeled administration and one labeled student union.
Administration is probably what I want.
All right. So yeah, you head on in, and there's a human woman behind the desk who looks up at you as you entrances. Yes. How can I help you? Do you have an appointment to see one of the administrators?
About half a month ago, I spoke with someone on the subject of Doc.
Doc. Is that? Could you give me some sort of information on this Doc?
The Golem.
You probably want to speak with Varrett then. He is just going to be getting out of a meeting in about 10 minutes, actually. And he's going to be going on lunch break shortly. So you could probably catch up with him then. He'll let me know when, if you need a full proper meeting, he'll let me know when he can fit that into his schedule. But right now it looks like he should be cleared for his lunch block here in about 10 minutes.
So he's coming here?
Oh yes, his office is just down the hall.
Alright, yeah, so
I ask that you don't go there, just please take a seat, he'll be out shortly.
Oh yeah, I'll wait, it's not a problem.
Right. And sure enough, you take a seat, and about 10 minutes later, that same wizard with the wizened beard, he kind of steps out of his office and walks down the hall, and as he starts like walking past you until he stops like mid-step and turns to you and takes a step backwards and says, I believe we've met before. Are you Nava?
I am indeed, and 4 days, sir. And Doc will be back in Riverport.
Doc will be back here. Is that good news? Is Doc repaired?
He has been repaired.
Well, I am most happy to hear that he's been repaired, but unfortunately that means we won't be able to study him as we had hoped.
Oh, but he's still autonomous.
Oh, I do understand this, but a lot of our more invasive magical checks and research that we were planning on performing on his, for lack of a better word, corpse, simply would be impossible or something beyond what he would be willing to let us do in his more living state.
Man, considering how psyched you guys were about me getting to repair him, I'm a little surprised by,
Oh, don't misunderstand me. I am absolutely thrilled to hear that he is back up and walking. It's comforting to know that something that special has not been lost.
I'm happier to hear that.
No, please do not misunderstand. We here are, many of us are very good friends with Doc, myself included. But simply a lot of the research that we would wish to do is too invasive for his tastes at current.
Well, I mean, now you'll know he's around. Just gotta wait for him to die again, I guess.
I suppose so. I do hope that he does outlive me, but if he does not, there is much that we can learn. It is good to see you, and please do send Doc my way if he has not already expressed interest in visiting. I would like to catch up.
Like I said, 4 days. We might be busy, we might not, but he'll be in town if you want to try and catch him.
Excellent news. Please, do take care of yourself. And take care of Doc, too.
That conversation sounded like disappointment all around.
Yeah. Alright, with that, my business here is done. I'm gonna fly around town, I guess.
Alright.
I'm curious, were there any bounties on the bounty board for, like, quests or something that could be formed in, like, a couple days or something?
It looked like there were a lot of bounties for mostly pirates. Mostly those on the high seas. So maybe something will be a little harder to get while in town.
Okay.
Well, it sounds like something that might be of interest in a few days when we are on the seas ourselves. So that's good to know at least.
But up until then, I suppose, guess we don't have a lot to do for the next 3 days. Really.
Mainly to go sightseeing, if the sun's not exactly pretty.
Maybe there are more Halley skeletons. Gonna grind up.
As I said, the guy's a member of the skeleton guild.
You keep talking like that, and Fencer's going to make that a reality.
So you did notice, actually, as you were entering town, that the Wallmarket has actually almost been completely rebuilt. They've got an opening soon banner hanging over the entrance that seems to indicate that they'll be opening in 2 days.
I'm a little disappointed about that.
I suppose I can go investigate that.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. There's the Wallmarket is out toward the main entrance to the city, so there's a lot of local merchants and stuff in carts and permanent buildings that are set up along the entryway, who seem to be grumbling more amongst each other as the Wallmarket is slowly growing in the skyline again. These were the ones who were cheering furiously with you when the Wallmarket originally fell.
Oh. I guess I'll approach some of them. And say, what's going on around here? How the hell is this thing back?
Wouldn't a lot of us like to know? I don't know where they keep getting all the money. It's absurd. Seriously, they've brought in so many workers in such a short amount of time, and the only reason you don't see them bustling around now is they're on their lunch break. And I swear, you wait around here about an hour and you'll see hordes of them just coming back and working on this place. I'm surprised it's only going to be 2 more days until it's rebuilt at this rate. I'm guessing they mostly are doing interior design at this point, getting the shelves set up in the right order, or to be perfect for shopping along with everything. But it makes me sick.
Do you know anyone who's working on the project?
No, they all got shipped in from out of town, apparently. No, they aren't hiring any local workers, so they don't even do anything for our economy here. It's awful. Can't stand it.
In that case, I'm gonna walk up to approach the building. You said it's mostly the up by now, but they're just doing interior work?
Oh, yeah. I'm pretty sure that everything, even like the staircase and stuff inside, are set up. It's probably just hollow at this point. They just put the roof on a couple days ago.
Okay. Visually, how does it look? How complete is it?
It looks super complete from the outside. Like, you can just some of the windows have like basically wooden boards over them, but the outside looks great. It looks like it's a brand new building.
How is the I see any workers around? I must see at least a few, like a form.
Yeah. There's a couple seated on benches near the entrance. Seem to be quietly muttering amongst each other. One of them's eating a ham sandwich.
Alright. I suppose I'll approach one of them.
Alright. You approach, and they immediately stop talking, and the three of them look up at you.
I say, I'm from HQ. I'm here to inspect the building.
They look amongst... actually, roll me a bluff check. It's just raw charisma if you don't have any points in it.
Instead of that, I'm gonna say, look, I'm here to inspect the building. Let me in, or it'll be your head.
Oh, so you're going for an intimidate check instead. Alright, roll that.
And I growl. I do my best to gruff foreman.
Pretty alright.
They look amongst each other, and they look at you really confused. And one of them like shakes a little bit, and it's like,
Time is money.
and then the guy next to him slaps him in the back of the head. And then they laugh, and the one in the center actually he looks up at you. He says something in Abyssal. You think? It definitely wasn't common.
I reply in Draconic.
What do you say?
I say, fuck you, I'm gonna kill you if you don't let me in.
Oh man, going with the direct approach.
I don't have time for your shit.
The worker shrugs and then says in common, "Look, can you give us any proof you're from HQ?" How about this?
I show them.
Who is your boss?
I show them parts of my alchemist lab. I say, this is the shit. This is what I've been told to test the structural integrity of the building with.
Roll me a bluff check.
I don't have bluff.
Oh no.
Wow.
Yep. I was so ready to give it to you too. All right. They just start laughing, and the one in the center says, "Come back when you get a job with Wallmarket."
All right. I take one of my acid potions, my acid flasks, and I throw it on the ground.
In front of them?
And directly in front of them.
So that it splashes on them, or like just as a show of force?
Oh, maybe a little bit, but mostly as a show of force. And so they can see it begin to eat away at the ground.
I'm gonna say that you splash it a bit on them, so they take 1 point of splash damage each. They start howling and yelping. They all stand on top of the bench, like trying to brush the acid off their legs.
Keep your voices down. Let me in. I don't have time for this right now.
You see one of them, the one on the right, take 2 fingers and put the tips of the fingers on his earlobe, and he mutters something in Abyssal.
I rip his fingers out of his ear so he can hear me. And I say, you're not paid enough to die.
Roll me a combat maneuver bonus check. You're trying to grapple him in a sense.
So okay. So I want to clarify something. When it says Dex modifier, that's okay. That makes way more sense. Okay.
Hold on. Are you sure that's not a combat maneuver defense?
Oh, that's what I did. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
You wanted what?
Combat maneuver bonus.
Oh, so that's a +5. So 20.
Okay. That's still definitely enough to, like, grab both of his arms and, like, shout in his face.
Oh, I'm not gonna shout. I'm gonna say it quite quietly and purposefully.
Alright. What are the exact words you were saying again?
You're not paid enough to die. Unless you disagree.
This man looks so confused. He just doesn't know what's going on. But just a few seconds later, the doors of the Wallmarket burst open, and you see actually what. Hold on. Roll me a knowledge planes check if you have it.
No, I don't have it.
Okay. Yeah, basically this thing looks like a demon of some sort. Steps out. He's rather humanoid. He's got 2 big red wings. His skin's completely red. He's got horns and pointy ears.
Oh, great. Wallmarket is demonic.
And he walks forward and folds his arms up, stares at you right in the face, and says something in Abyssal.
I reply in Draconic. What's the name of the dragon? Monkeyland?
That was, Aranis.
I say in Draconic, I come from Aranis. I'm here to inspect the building as part of our agreement.
The demon kind of, he switches to common and says, Are you speaking Draconic?
Yes, sure. Really, I have to deal with this. Would you prefer common? I can use common.
I guess if that's the only way we can communicate with you. Why are you here? Who are you?
As part of our agreement, I am here to inspect the building. That's all.
Roll me a diplomacy check.
I don't think it was something. Oh no. I do say. So I will, instead of saying, I'll say, as part of our agreement, and if you know I'm speaking Draconic, then you may know Aranis, Aranis? What's her name?
Aranis.
Aranis, my boss, the dragon.
The dragon? What are you... There are no dragons in affiliation with Wallmarket LLC.
You don't know what's going on here.
No,
Step
I don't.
aside.
No, because I do know. This is my jurisdiction. They would not be sending somebody in the name of a dragon here.
I've been dealing with forces higher than
Okay.
You're just some middle manager in office.
Who are you? What are you really doing here?
I look at him and I say, that information is privilege, and you are not high enough rank.
Roll me a bluff check.
It's above his pay grade. Keep digging that hole.
Oh god, I want this to work so bad because it'd be so funny. But not with those rolls.
I guess the dice hate,
Look, man, if you just leave now, I'll let you get by scot-free. You're not getting in this building.
What is your name, son?
I'm sorry, what?
What is your name? son. I need
on,
to
let
tell
me
my
pull up-
boss, the person who stopped me.
Demon name generator. Hold on.
Greg.
All these sound so stupid.
Yeah.
My name is Krebon.
I laugh.
Hey, it's a very prestigious name. I'm from a very prestigious family.
No, not if you work here, you're not.
Hey, you take that back. Wallmarket is a prestigious place to work in demon culture. Now,
Well, I'm sure
get
my
lost.
boss will. I'm sure that my dragon boss will love to hear that this Prebon, or whatever you call yourself, stopped me from the agreement I made with your masters.
roll me a diplomacy check.
Wouldn't that be more intimidating anyway?
Yeah, okay. I'll let it be an intimidate roll.
Oh. I don't know what I missed, but I just grabbed. I just. Okay.
Hold on. Let me. God, this is weird. I'm gonna need to. You stay right here. Right here. I'm going to go double check some things. Don't move. He storms back into the building.
I'm gonna sneak into the building after a couple seconds.
The three workers are still sitting there watching you.
I turn to them, glare at them, bring out my scariest looking flask of alchemy and my dagger, and I tell them, look, I'm getting this done whether you like it or not, whether you people help me or not. You didn't see any.
Roll me intimidate check. I'm gonna say you get a +4 bonus on that for having intimidated their boss enough. Just for circumstantially.
Mm-hmm. Also for holding a flask of alchemist fire and a knife.
That's true. I'd say there's some conditional bonuses there. They kind of just look you up and down, and they just the guy with the ham sandwich just goes back to eating it. They're still all looking at you, but they're not saying anything.
I sneak in.
All right. So, are you trying to be stealthy about it, or are you just kind of opening the door and walking in?
I'll try and be stealthy a little bit.
All right. Roll me a stealth check. Dang. All right. So you kind of sneak your way in. You kind of crack the door open ever so slightly, and then sidle along the wall inside, just barely getting in. And sure enough, this place looks like just an empty Wallmarket. It looks like the only real piece of furniture. There's some staircases to the upstairs floor, and really the only pieces of furniture that prevent this place from being completely empty is a few cash register stands, which apparently are in the middle of being installed.
Well, I'm gonna try and find some support beams.
Roll me
and
a
set them on
knowledge.
fire.
Roll me a knowledge engineering and then a perception check.
What about knowledge dungeoneering?
I don't
What
think.
about
It's...
eco-terrorism? Eco-terrorism. That's
Actually,
kinda my
yeah.
pick.
I will let profession eco-terrorism count for this. I'll let that wrap up both those rolls together. Actually. Yeah, it's not too hard. You find that, oh, maybe these big pillars in the center are support beams.
And what is the other thing I have to roll?
No, actually, not a profession eco-terrorist. I'll let encompass both of those. So yeah, you're
Okay.
able to find the support beams in the center, and you also find some of the actual support beams in the walls too.
Alright, I begin to set them on fire.
All right. So you start lighting it on fire, and you hear some footsteps coming down the staircase. They're big, heavy footsteps. Probably from that demon that walked in earlier. If you were to take a guess.
I duck and hide in the shadows.
Alright, roll me a like raw dex check to see if you're able to catch it on fire actually before having to duck in the shadows.
Oh no, I'm gonna wait for him to pass to catch the
Okay,
fire.
you're good. Okay.
And then
Gotcha.
I'm gonna aim to set as many on fire simultaneously as I can.
Alright, I'm gonna let that 25
I'm also gonna
stealth
use
count
my
as-
acid flask to try and eat away at the foundation. In case the fire is put out or something.
Alright, yeah, so the demon walks past and storms his way outside. You hear some muttering in Abyssal coming from outside. It sounds like he's chatting with the workers on the bench. Do you get right to work?
Yeah.
Alright. Yeah, just roll me a profession eco-terrorism to see how quickly you can get this done.
I wish I had popcorn.
Oh man, you're like super effective. You're like toss acid flask at the central support beam, just immediately like first strike of sparks, manage to catch the beam on the wall, and yeah, this place is like immediately starting to catch fire and dissolve around you, basically.
It's getting
And
lit.
just as it's definitely caught on fire, the doors slam back open, and the demon is there. And he looks at the thing on fire. He looks at the...
Well, I'm not there anymore, presumably, because I moved on to another different port.
Well, it's a big open room.
Hmm.
So he is looking at the two supports that you've already lit on fire and poured acid on, and his eyes just open wide. And he charges for the beam and starts like trying to swat it out, swat out the fire with his wing.
I'm gonna throw acid flask at the beam that he's doing that as I run out.
All right, roll me a base attack bonus, just a basic attack roll. Not so much to see if you hit, but to see whether you hit him or the beam, because he's kind of in the way trying to put it out.
Oh.
Either way, probably it will splash onto him.
Well,
Yeah, you definitely got it on the beam. You got it like high up on the beam, just out of his reach. And that's dissolving very quickly. And he turns to look at you, and his eyes are bright red, and he's got
I'm running away and screaming, "Viva la revolution!"
just as you're running out the door, he fires a fireball out of his mouth at you. So roll me a reflex check. Oh man, you take
Now
half
she's-
damage.
Now she's getting all the good ones. Now that's being subtle.
Alright, you only take 12 damage as this fireball explodes behind you
And sets more of the building on fire.
and sets more of the building on fire. And you have made it outside, only somewhat singed. And the demon is storming toward you at the door. Are you gonna
I'm
stick around? Or are you
keeping
gonna... Alright, you skedaddle. And the demon starts chasing after you, but then he turns around and realizes that this building is collapsing, and he runs back inside.
Well,
I
there
have
goes.
a question. Since I said I was flying around, at some point would I see the smoke?
Yes, but not until Colleen was pretty far away at this point.
All right.
It would have taken a while for the smoke to build up enough to start leaking out of the top, basically. But yes, after probably 10-15 minutes is when like it is unmissable in the sky. This place is on fire. And demons, great at not taking fire damage, and also great at setting things on fire. Not great at not dying. or not great at putting out fire.
Ah, it's that time of the month again. The time of the month where Colleen arrives in town and burns down the newly built Wallmarket.
It's like clock.
So I'm curious then. So I would want to check out where that smoke's coming from. Then I would see it's a Wallmarket. Want to take a closer look. Would I see that there's a demon in there?
You see that there's a bunch of humanoid workers outside, all like trying to bucket brigade a bunch of water there, and it doesn't seem to be helping at all. Like, basically, you see a bunch of workers flailing about trying to put out the fire.
Have they heard of OSHA? Like, I'm pretty sure they could make the building out of fireproof materials.
You think Wallmarket cares about OSHA? You think Riddleport has OSHA? All of these are good questions.
So the answer to them, I guess, is no.
Because it would cost money.
Yeah,
Yeah,
pretty
I
much.
think rebuilding the thing is gonna cost even more money.
Well, it's because like now it's burning down. Just wondering if I could, without being noticed, if there's any way I could, like, just floor it completely. I don't know. There's a demon in it.
What do you got?
Well, you got a pit spell.
Yeah, it's only goes up to 10 by 10.
You could still probably take out a support. If you can find one. I don't know what else you have, Nava.
Like, what I was thinking is casting a large person on Pineapple and making it invisible and just kind of thrash through the place. Because breaking an object doesn't remove invisibility.
How fireproof is Pineapple?
That's the thing. Like, if it's really, really on fire, that's not a good idea.
This place is pretty on fire.
Need to get that fire resist spell.
And acid resistance, what with Colleen around.
I mean, by seeing that it is burning up, I don't know demon and anything. So as far as I'm concerned, this is just a good day. So I'll.
Sure enough, all the shopkeepers nearby the Wallmarket seem to be agreeing with you. A lot of them have actually pulled up chairs and are snacking on popcorn. While the
Well, as I
One
run
of-
away, I'm gonna look at I'm gonna find one of the shopkeepers who's celebrating, and I'm gonna be like, "Look, I just did that. I need a place to hide."
oh, that was you! Here, have
Yep.
pint of mead and a bag of popcorn on the house.
And a place to hide, presumably.
Yeah, okay. What you want to do is you want to go to, there's an inn a little bit further in town called the Fanciful Unicorn. They're very good at confidentiality among their patrons. It's a nice inn and tavern, good place to spend the night. Nobody's gonna find out you're there. Unless you want them to,
Right.
I don't know.
Fantastic, and I'll go there.
So having Miss Colleen, I'm just gonna join in on the celebration though.
Cool, yeah, one of the
If
shopkeepers is
if
handing out bags of popcorn.
if I happen to see it or something like that, I don't know where I'd be headed. Eh.
Well, it seems like you're kind of wandering around town, maybe toward the center, so you probably see the smoke off in the distance.
Well, I wander off towards it, and probably when I spot the fire or whatever, I
Yeah.
buy a bag of popcorn.
Alright, so Colleen, you make it to the Fanciful Unicorn, and it's a rather nice looking inn and tavern, and the bar is pretty full. It's getting to be late-ish afternoon at this point. The bar's got a bunch of people in it. It's got a real beefy-looking dwarf wearing this big vest at the bar as the bartender, and he's cleaning a mug that never quite seems to get clean. The only other particularly noticeable thing, other than the fact this place it's very like bright and poppy in its like color schemes. The only other thing that's of note is that there's a skeleton at the bar.
Skeleton.
Other than that, it seems like a nice place.
I don't trust nice places. I'm gonna leave.
Step in. Nope.
Nah, too nice.
No, it's too nice.
All right,
I'm
so
gonna go to the woods a distance away where I can watch the fire burn.
all right,
Mm-hmm.
and it sounds like the rest of the party is just munching on popcorn with the shopkeepers watching the Wallmarket burn to a crisp.
I mean, I presumably ask if anybody got hurt in the fire, but I'm guessing the answer is no, so I'm just gonna, see that a good deed has been done.
Yeah, you ask if anybody got hurt in the fire, and one of the shopkeepers says, "Who cares?"
Wow.
Hey, they're not wrong.
So
Well,
you guys
great
enjoy
idea.
you guys enjoy pints of meat and popcorn as you watch this Wallmarket burn down. And as the sun begins setting, the last embers are starting to go out. Just a big crater of ash.
Mm-hmm.
Is
Well-
there anything demonic about the crater?
Do you cast detect magic?
I think I should give it a shot. Sounds like a natural thing to do.
All right, so you give it a hefty detect magic, and with that, you detect that there's actually there was actually some sort of interplanar spell there. That you kind of get that there's parts of something that created probably some sort of interplanar gate in the rubble. Not a big one.
Let me check something.
Okay, well, good to know. Wallmarket is a very demonic entity.
Because
Well, sure, they're just warping workers. And...
because I got the spell Greater Detect Magic,
Mhm.
which I can tell like basically a lot more information.
Yep. So you
So
could
I would-
probably
So I'd
hold
be
on.
able to tell what kind of thing cast a spell, like what its nature.
Yeah.
So you're able. So
Would you like to do that? I'll let you keep the same.
Yeah.
I'll keep the same spellcraft check.
definitely going to.
All right. Let's see. What exactly? Okay. So yeah, the kind of magical signature is definitely of. Roll me a knowledge planes check.
All right, I kind of saw that coming.
Yeah, this is definitely a demonic portal of some sort.
I
It
tell.
seems
I
like
detect magic, detect evil on it, but I suppose it's gonna be pretty obvious.
detect evil. I think it's a little evil. Yeah, it's definitely evil. Sure enough, whatever the portal thing was is destroyed, but it was a two-way portal to some place in a demonic plane. And you've got the coordinates, kind of like you can tell what they were, but that doesn't mean anything to you. If that makes any sense.
Okay.
Like if you were to recreate the spell, you could potentially recreate it to the same location, but you don't.
It's like
have
having
the spell.
GPS coordinates without having a map or something of the area. I
Right.
suppose.
Exactly.
Yeah. But hey, if we ever want to finish off Wallmarket, now we can.
I mean,
Maybe.
It's a lot more moral to do it, knowing that somehow, at least here, literally hell is involved.
Not hell, the abyss.
Yeah, but whatever. Let's call it hell.
All the lower planes are hell.
I mean, that's kind of scary, though.
Mm-hmm.
So does that mean any Wallmarket might be a portal to the abyss?
Maybe.
I can imagine that every Wallmarket has some demon middle manager, yeah.
Oh boy.
Also, with greater detect magic, you do detect the ancient trace of the obelisk that was once on that spot.
Poor thing.
It hasn't been there for a while, but it was there once.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so, I mean, this means to me that if we ever encounter any other, Wallmarket, there is no moral objection to be had to try and get rid of it.
No. Except maybe.
And
this,
also, there's the fact of that when we first appeared in this Wallmarket, they were keeping slaves.
Yeah, that I guess that's.
Yeah, that's the one issue there is. If we were to burn like down a Wallmarket that's actually in operation, the slaves would the swap shop would probably just burn down with all the people inside.
Mm-hmm.
But it was just couple, though.
I know where you sleep, and I'm very good at being stealthy. And I've got sharp shurikens.
And the magic
I am
knife.
mostly kidding.
The problem is that if we keep wrecking them, like we see here, they're just gonna keep rebuilding them. We need to find their HQ.
That's where the coordinates you got, and I probably write them down somewhere safe. Would probably come in handy because they might lead to HQ.
So I'm gonna add that to my inventory.
Yeah, it sounds like post-game quest. First, after we deal with the wizard, after with Raiden.
After the wizard, we tackle Walmart.
Wallmarket HQ coordinates is now in my inventory. I write it like on a piece of paper to make sure I remember it.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna be ready. When I become a powerful wizard, summoner, know where I'm going.
Alright. So now that the sun has nearly set and the ashes of the Wallmarket are nothing more than a black spot on the landscape, what now?
Probably just head to bed. Head to an inn and that sort of stuff.
Yeah, and we'll just have to occupy for 3 other days.
The place we were supposed to meet Raocow, that was also an inn, right?
Yeah, it was a specific place called Pegleg Pete's.
I mean, it could have just been a tavern without boarding, but probably is.
I suppose we can look, at least.
Actually, when Velmir was walking past, because Elf Puncher Books is right along the dock district, you actually saw Pegleg Pete's, and it was just a tavern.
Oh. Okay.
So
Then
yeah.
I will definitely have to. Right, when we meet up.
Mm-hmm.
Found it.
So, yep, let's,
Alright, so you guys look for an inn, and sure enough, nearby, there is the Fanciful Unicorn. It's a nice looking inn with the very, very popping colors.
Very nice.
It's got a beefy dwarven bartender behind the bar.
Almost too
sitting in a mug
nice.
that never quite seems to be clean. And interestingly enough, the bar is pretty crowded, and it's actually got a skeleton at the bar.
Okay.
Skeletons respawn.
He might be his cousin.
Well, I think it's. Can you
seem to be stabbing people in dark alleys? So
can you use detect evil on the skeleton?
I mean, sure, but in my experience, all undead seem to detect as evil whether they are or not. As such as Bakerton.
So, do you detect evil?
I suppose.
Yeah, it's evil.
It's a skeleton.
Does something happen when you detect evil? Like, can people see that you're doing something, or do you just see?
I mean, if they got detect magic or something, I suppose.
Yeah, I think it takes, like, probably just a little bit of muttering under your breath and a few small hand signs, I guess.
Mm-hmm. That's like doing something weird.
It just looks like I'm doing some sort of prayer, like, oh god, it's a skeleton, probably.
I mean, the bar's pretty busy, so probably nobody's gonna really pay that much attention.
When you see some fundamentalist that encounters like these godless teenagers and they just like pray under their breath or something, that kind of stuff.
I'm presuming the skeleton is not the one serving the alcohol at the bar.
No, that's
No, in fact, he's got a drink in front of him. It looks like some sort of cocktail. It's got a paper umbrella sticking out of it. Interestingly enough, all the drinks here appear to have a paper umbrella sticking out of them. Even the
So-
beers.
Is there just like a puddle of alcohol where he's sitting, or?
As a matter of fact, there is.
It's kind of sad.
The bartender notices that you've been kind of standing there in the corner for a bit, and he shouts over, "Hey, come on up. How can I help you? Welcome to the Fanciful Unicorn."
Yes, we were looking for a place to stay at for a night or 3.
Ah, well, you've come to the right place. I can get you a room for. Do you want separate rooms? All 4 of you in the same room?
Same room?
Sure.
Kind of used to it.
Whatever.
All right,
Same
that'll run 2 gold a night for the lot of you.
A night, so total of 6 gold.
Yeah, 1.5 gold each.
Whatever, I'll just pay for it. It's less complicated.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you. Take these keys. Your room is last one at the end of the hallway, up those stairs.
Gesundheit.
Bless you.
Okay.
Well, I pay for the 3 nights, like in one shot.
Well, thank you very much. Welcome to the tavern. Welcome to the inn. Enjoy your stay. Let me know if you need anything.
Fanciful unicorn, huh?
The Fanciful Unicorn.
That's an interesting name.
Unicorns are pretty fanciful.
What's the decor like, other than popping colors?
It's like lots of whites and bright reds as highlights for a lot of things. A few shades of pink here and there, and the baseboards are all green. It sounds like it might be a little much, but trust me, it's tastefully colored. I promise.
Hey.
I'm not an interior decorator.
How is the feng shui?
The feng shui is top notch. Let me tell you. I couldn't tell you what about the feng shui is top notch, but I can tell you it's top notch.
Vases are all at the right places.
Exactly. No mirrors bouncing all the bad juju, all the good juju back out the door or whatever.
Does it have more feng or shui?
I think it's an even balance of feng and shui.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's what you want.
Seriously, this place is way nicer than you guys would ever expect from Riddleport.
This is almost suspicious.
That's why I left. This does not seem to be the kind of seedy place that would keep your information private.
As far as I know, Eidolons don't need to sleep. So I'm gonna make sure that it looks over meter.
Additionally, my character can't be caught unawares while he's sleeping.
I've got a spell for that, but I probably did have it prepared. Well, actually, we're in Riddleport, so I definitely have it prepared.
Oh no, my character just has sleep with your eyes open. Not helpless or impaired when sleeping normally.
Yeah, but it's good to all of us have our face covered.
Alright, so you guys go.
And I have a spell that lasts for a shield that lasts for hours.
You guys go upstairs to your bedroom, and sure enough, it's really nice. The beds are so soft. You guys haven't slept in anything this comfortable in a long time. Possibly never, depending on how many beds you guys have all slept on.
I detect magic in the room.
You notice that there is actually just one very faint spell going on, and it's what's making the room smell kind of nice.
Okay.
You recognize that basically it's there's the equivalent of a magical potpourri set up in here.
Fair enough.
And it just smells very pleasant. Other than that, nothing else particularly magical.
You think
Even
that
more
something called
suspicious.
you think that something called rot pot wouldn't smell that nice?
You've got 4 beds in the room, and they're all super comfy. I assume you guys go to bed.
I go to bed with my barrier.
A bladder barrier.
Just 6 hours of some.
I can't
Alright.
find that spell. Oh man.
It's right in the. You like linked it right in the Roll20.
You guys cast all of your paranoid spells, and then go to bed.
I don't have any spells, but I don't need a spell. I legitimately, unless affected by magical sleep, am not have no penalty to perception checks when asleep, and am not helpless.
You all prepare yourselves in such a way that you all sleep in a paranoid man. How about that? Is that how it's And I assume Colleen is sleeping outside of town.
Oh yeah, I'm sleeping with a.
In a
with
paranoid
door.
manner.
Honestly, she's probably the safest
No.
of all of us.
No, I'm not sleeping in a paranoid manner. I'm sleeping in like a log, like I normally do, with like a baby boar or something.
Now you've got like a family of deer that you're sleeping amongst.
Yeah. There you go.
So
No,
you
there's
actually,
like no. It'd be really weird to find me in the woods for anyone who wanted to kill me.
it would be an interesting find. So you guys are actually woken up the next morning by the sound of knocking on your door. It's not like stupid early, but it's like annoyingly early.
I knew it.
It's like
I go out the window.
6:30 or 7 in the morning.
I wake
The
up
ambush.
and I go out the window.
Like
I-
actually,
Yeah, I can.
all right.
I'm out of there.
You just roll out of bed and immediately leap out the window.
I don't roll out I don't go out the window. I instead roll over, rub my eyes a little, and then wander over to the door and ask, "Why are you knocking this early?"
You hear a pause and then, ah.
This is on me.
See, that's why I ran out. There's a zombie.
Can I help you?
Ah. And then you hear another knock on the door.
I open the door a crack and peek outside.
You see 2 skeletons actually outside the door. One of which appears to is wearing like a tan hat, a tan wide-brimmed hat, and a long trench coat. And the other one is holding a notepad expectantly with like a pen in hand, also wearing a hat. This one has a little piece of paper sticking up out of a band that goes around the center of the hat, kind of like a press hat, except instead of press, it says skeleton.
What?
Ah.
Skeleton meteors here.
Okay, I'm going to can you write on the pad of paper and tell me why you're here?
So the skeleton in the trench coat opens up the trench coat and pulls out 3 drawings
Flasher.
and hands the drawings to you. And these clearly are sketches of. You immediately recognize these as the artifacts, 3 artifacts you've managed to pick up so far. You got the pouch, the sugar machine, and the easy bake oven, basically.
How do I didn't know how they look like? I mean, the pouch would probably just be a pouch, but the items.
The skeleton just goes, ah, like inquisitively at you.
No, we don't have those. We've never seen them before. Why are you asking?
The skeleton scribbles down something on the notepad. The skeleton in the trench coat takes the drawings back, shoves them back in his trench coat, and they walk away. And the skeleton that was writing stuff down waves at you and goes, ah, and walks off. And they go knock on the next door down the hall.
What's their entree, Adrian?
What was that?
Asked Relga what they wanted.
I close the door. I close the door and say they had pictures of the pictures of the artifacts. I don't think they're very
dear.
smart.
It's Raiden. Yeah, I'm guessing that means Raiden is in town.
And I think Nava just jumped out the window.
Yeah, of course I didn't notice that, did I?
So is Nava just sitting at the bottom of the window, or did Nava just bolt?
Yeah, like I'd be like on the roof just listening in.
Alright. So you just hopped out and had Nava fly you to the roof. Okay.
So I would be aware of what's going on, so I just kind of like peek my head back like through the window to see if everything was okay.
So Nava, I guess that means we can actually keep a lookout today, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Although I'm not sure who sent those skeletons, but
Well,
probably
Raiden.
probably.
He's the only guy we know who does skeletons and knows
Yeah.
about the other things. I mean, there's Baker, why would he be? You know,
Yeah, fair
So,
point.
How big is Riddleport?
Riddleport's a pretty big city. Like, there's I think 8 different districts, and it's got a lot of different areas to it.
Good news is we have anti-scrying amulets.
You ever been to Boston? It's like Boston size.
Okay.
No, but I imagine it's around the size of Luxembourg City, which is kind of small, middle-sized town.
Because I think what's gonna happen is that I'm just gonna fly around all of town and try and detect magic, so I can.
Oh god, you're gonna
Detect
run
the
into
guy.
so many little tiny bits of magic.
That's the problem, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I guess detect evil would be even worse in this area.
Oh, absolutely.
Though the sword might help. If you still speak.
If he's still got the artifacts, yeah.
Yeah.
Hank actually kind of picks up this. Sirs, I haven't detected any other artifacts since we got in town.
Yeah, but it might be might just arrive, even though I'm responding to something.
Or on
not
the other
very-
side of town.
Alternately, my maybe Dryden just sent his skeletons on ahead.
Could follow his skeletons.
I could imagine the guy actually summoning a bunch of skeletons and then sending them into every town on the continent just to look for these items.
No, but it might be a good idea to like track and follow those skeletons, though.
Sounds like a job for Raocow.
Okay.
Yeah, because even if they're not his, they do not seem to be up to something. Looking for them.
Yeah.
They don't. I don't know if. Although I'm surprised the skeletons wouldn't recognize me. After all, I'm a winged kobold with silver scales. I'm slightly distinct.
The skeletons haven't met you. I mean, Raiden has, but they don't. And they probably aren't even smart enough to recognize people.
Like, there's not smart enough
They
to
don't
speak.
intelligent
so-
enough. Exactly. Not smart enough.
Although I am actually surprised that skeleton in the alleyway was able to speak.
So what I'm thinking is, Raocow should maybe tail the skeletons. Nava could go around maybe with Hank just to check if Ryan is around. And,
Okay.
Either Velma or I would stay in the room with the bag. Probably even the both of us, because just to be sure.
So
Well-
I'll go over town, and if I don't
Okay. Well,
match here, then
if-
I'll try to find Raocow to provide air support.
I'm gonna open the door, see if the skeletons are still about.
Yeah, they're just going down the hallway, knocking on doors.
Okay, I'm going to go and use stealth to follow them.
Yeah, you're super duper stealthed. They go from the top floor of this inn, the first floor of this inn, and then they head out, and then they appear to be making a beeline for yet another inn. Are you just gonna tail them all day?
Yeah.
All right.
See if they do anything. See if they report anyone or anything.
It's gonna be a while. So what's everybody else doing?
Just out of curiosity, did I still sleep enough to charge up all my stuff?
Oh yeah, you guys still managed to go to bed pretty early though.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys are fine.
As I said, either Velma or I, or probably both of us, should stay in the inn just so with the artifact, just to stay safe.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind doing that.
Well, Hank can't communicate with anybody else, so if you're
Yeah.
going to try
That
to
is the
detect
issue,
other
though.
artifacts.
Yeah, I mean, Nava could just do a sweep and then come back, and Hank could tell him.
Yeah, I think that's the best idea.
Alright, so what exactly are you guys
Staying in the inn with the bag.
doing? And then Velmir and Nava are exploring, looking for signs of other artifacts.
So to give you exact, so Raocow is, is following the skeletons around.
Mhm.
I'm gonna take Hank and I'm gonna fly around like all of town. So then, and afterwards, when I'm done, which might take a while, I'm gonna give it back to Velmer, and the sword will be able to say if we found anything.
Alright, so yeah, Hank does have a range of like 100 meters, so it'd probably take you a few hours on the back of Pineapple to
Right,
do a full sweep of the city.
Yeah, but there's no point for me to be with him then, if it's just gonna be after it's all been done. So I stay as well to guard it.
Sounds good.
Back.
Alright, so Nava heads out with Hank in tow aboard Pineapple and they're gonna fly around the city. He flies over. He flies overhead of Ralgil, following the skeletons onto like their fourth inn. They seem to be very thorough. And after a couple hours, you manage to return back to the inn. And when you get back, Hank reports, no artifacts, sir. No sign of them.
No artifacts. Oh well. Thanks for trying, Hank.
You're welcome, sir. Sorry I couldn't have found it.
It's not your fault he's a coward and doesn't come here himself.
So I'm assuming when I'm back, Raocow is back. So
Relgil is not back. Relgil is still following those skeletons. They're still going to basically every inn.
are there?
I can imagine the skeletons just going through the entire night without rest because of skeletons.
Like, how's the populace reacting to those skeletons? They're just kind of letting them be?
Populace doesn't seem to be bothering with the skeletons much at all. In fact, Relgil, you're overhearing some conversations, or quote-unquote conversations, between the skeletons and people, mostly involving skeletons going, "Arr!" And the people range from polite to rude and basically slamming the door on them. Most of them the latter, because it's Riddleport. But sure enough, the skeletons are fine. Like, nobody's attacking them or anything.
If we're looking around, are there other groups of skeleton, or is there just those?
Roll me a belated perception check for when you flew over the city.
That's fair. I'll roll for both me and the animal. Yeah. That's mine. I don't expect much. Bear and pineapple somehow.
You didn't happen to notice any? But, I mean, that's not necessarily to say that there weren't any. You really weren't looking that hard, apparently, according to those rolls. So, as it starts getting into, like, mid-afternoon, the skeletons finally seem to be heading somewhere that's not an inn. They seem to be heading closer to the docks, and then they enter down a side alley, and then they enter a doorway there. One of them takes out a key and then unlocks the door and enters. Are you going to try to slip in the door?
Yep. And if not, I can always probably pick it.
That's true. Yeah, you managed to get in just fine. These skeletons are not super on top of things and didn't lock the door behind them. And you managed to go downstairs, and you follow them down the stairs, and you hear them kind of enter into this room, and you hear somebody say, "Wait, really? Nothing? Nothing at all? Ugh. You're useless. You're next to useless. Go hang out in your room."
Can I identify who it is?
It's definitely somebody shouting in common. Roll me a stealth check for kind of peeking around the corner. And so you give a quick peek around the corner, and yeah, there's a very stout-looking human behind a counter. He's wearing a black robe, and he's sifting over a bunch of books.
I look and see what the books are titled.
The books are kind of against the table, so it's hard to tell. But you do see that there are shelves behind him, and you recognize some. It appears to be a bunch of books on. It appears to be a bunch of like business log books, and then also a bunch of books on necromancy.
Wish I had detect magic or something, or I knew where.
I mean, you're somebody who does, so you could come back later.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna make a mental note of this place and that stuff. Is there anything else in this place besides that? Yeah,
there appears to be another door, kind of across from this one room. And there's also 2 doors inside the room that this man is in.
Okay, I'm gonna go peer in the room across from the room the man happens to be in, if I can.
Right. Yeah, you kind of creak open the door and poke your head in, and it appears to be it's devoid of people. The room it looks like an office of some sort. It's got a very nice mahogany desk, and you've got a real official-looking chair on the far side, and then 2 smaller chairs on the side closest to the door.
Okay. I'm going to go peek and prod about, see if I can find any info on this guy in this room.
Alright, roll me...
Perception.
Alright, so it doesn't take much to figure out that this is the place of business of Rent-A-Skeleton. It appears to be, actually, from some of the stuff that you're figuring out, it's part of a wide network of little shops run by necromancers who hire out their skeletons for different jobs.
That explains why people aren't so faced with these. They're basically a common day occurrence, practically.
Okay. So
the banalization of magic in this universe is kind of scary.
Not just magic, like the desecration of corpses, even.
I guess that's also vague.
Also, it appears that there are 3 different necromancers that are currently on staff here at Rent-A-Skeleton.
I look, see which ones they are. Look up the names and that sort of stuff. Well.
Ah, crap! I gotta generate some names. Hold on. I honestly didn't expect you to get here, so hold on.
Mr. Necromancer and
Brady Bunch.
2.
You've got Abathor. Hold on. Abathor. You've got Maroth. And you've got, give me another name. You got Maroth and Mernor.
Okay, I
Those
wonder.
are the 3 necromancers on staff.
Wonder, can I use knowledge local to find out, see if I can figure out any dirt on them or anything?
You can try.
Well, I could probably get general knowledge, but not much
You've
more.
probably heard of the company.
General knowledge doesn't even actually cover that
Well.
this company exists.
Oh,
It seems to it's a pretty low-key company. It turns out that probably unless you travel in the necromancy circles, you might not have known this place existed.
well, are there any business logs or something in this room?
Business logs? No, not in this room. You see like basic contracts that aren't filled in, but like for signing.
Well,
But these drawers are mostly like blank paperwork for clients to fill out, it looks like.
Well, I think, I suspect that, Zryden hired these skeletons. He must be really wanting them. The stuff, so, I'm going to, exit out of this place, and, I suppose I'll meet back up with, the rest of the group to report what I found, and then probably later tonight I'll try and... I might try and... Yeah, I suppose I'll try and sneak in if, no one's, you know, when, the people aren't there or something, and see if I can find some more info.
Alright.
Because if you share this information with us, we have to assume that you probably have a contract with the wizard, which means we might have their current location.
Mm-hmm.
Would the contract really tell us where the wizard lives? Like, the wizard could have just taken
I
a
mean,
visit.
you could try taking a contract out yourself and seeing what kind of information they require.
Well, that's not a bad idea.
Good point.
Yeah, but, I don't really feel comfortable about doing that, and... I couldn't pay. Anyways.
I mean, we're not just asking for the service information. Like, anyone can do that. I can do that. Just approach them, say, hey, I'm looking at pricing, and just kind of get an idea of kind of information they need.
Mm-hmm. But I have no idea how the normal channels that work. Unfortunately. And I think and given the door was apparently locked, normally, it means that it's not normally you can just walk in and...
Oh yeah, that's not probably their like, storefront.
You think they only work on a recommendation system, like if you get recommended by somebody they know, they do work for you, and if you don't, you get kicked ass or something?
Probably.
I mean, that would explain why the store is so obscure.
Mm-hmm. So.
Well, we know a guy who probably knows them, so you could just say, yeah, we heard about you from Zryden. It's probably not gonna work, but...
I'd rather not try doing that, because that would tip, our
Yeah,
hand... That would tip our hand that we're here.
Yeah.
But that means he might approach us, and so he'll come to us rather than us to him. Like, is that necessarily a bad thing if we can prepare?
Well, we would preferably we want to ambush him.
Mm-hmm.
We'll
Right.
find him on our terms, rather than on his island where he has all the home advantage and everything. Yeah.
So now I'm wondering, like, let's say when we spot a skeleton and it asks us, we say, yeah, we did hear about this. So he knows to come here and we can prepare something.
So just like what we did with the other skeleton, we pretend
Yeah.
to actually...
Yeah.
Oh, that's a brick joke if I ever heard one.
Question is how would we prepare something for a wizard? And actually, we saw this. Like, does he have any teleportation or anything spells or anything like that?
I think he had Dimension Door.
Do you remember from the book we saw?
No, I mean, like, he actually used it to get away or something in a fight. I forget.
No, he got invisible
Oh, right.
when they ran away from us.
I'll save you some time of just looking in his book. He has Dimension Door, but nothing more powerful than that for teleportation.
I mean, Dimension Door in a city as cramped as Riddleport is very good to get away.
Mm-hmm.
But let's say whatever we do as an ambush, I stay in the sky and I keep a lookout. So if you try to look, like he'll have to appear somewhere that hopefully I'll be able to notice.
And I suppose Detect Magic would tell you where he would go, right?
Right. With Greater, I would basically trail.
Mm-hmm.
We might be onto something here.
Should we wait a couple of days until Doc is here? I mean, we know maybe he wouldn't want to fight, but he might have an idea of his own.
It's not a bad idea.
I'm still going to snoop around tonight that company place, and that's what's up. See if I can find the contract or something.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like, there's nothing to lose from doing that.
Except maybe time, and then you get caught, and then there's all that kind of stuff.
They're like, do we really need to save? I don't know. But no, yeah, honestly, yeah, I'm sure if you get in trouble, you can get out of it.
I am pretty good at sneaking around.
It's like your thing.
So what else, did you guys want to do anything else today in town?
Not really.
Yeah,
Alright. Well, if you guys are just gonna kind of chill around town for a bit, then let's get it tonight. Or, I mean, hey, that's fine by me.
Although I think we just lost someone from Discord.
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay.
We should maybe try to find Colleen and give her the rundown of this.
Well, I assume you can find me.
Yeah, like,
I'll check up with you at them.
We probably know that you're somewhere outside town, like usual.
at some point I just go outside town,
I've got
wave the
track,
bag.
I can find her.
I got, we got a bag of seed I still haven't given back to you. I'm like, hey. Then when you come out, we tell you about how we plan to ambush the wizard, so you can finally get them taken care of.
Maybe leave a trail of seed for her to follow, to trap her into a conversation.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Alright, so, Raocow, night has fallen. What do you do?
I'm going to head back to that rent-a-skeleton.
Alright. You head back to that doorway, and that doorway is locked. It's a big metal door.
I'm going to use disable device to unlock it.
Roll me a disable device check. Alright, let me actually pull up the quality of different locks here.
24 can pretty much unlock anything, I think.
I actually think not. I think some, like, actually decent locks require up to 25-ish until you start getting into, like, really good locks.
I mean, extremely complex device is 25, so if it's only a simple lock, it's 20. An average lock is 25.
Yeah, this is not a simple lock. This is probably... Yeah, no, this would have been a 25, which means that you just barely...
I can't remember. Do I have a lockpicking kit? I can't remember. I don't remember if I have one or...
Hold on, I've got your character sheet here.
If I do, I think I meant to buy one, but just never...
Yeah, you've got concealable thieves tools, which I think...
Which provides like a +2.
Yeah, no, that's true. So yeah, alright, you got it.
In this case, it's plus.
You managed to catch the fact that there is a multiple, like, magic part of this, where trying to lockpick it would normally set off an alarm and also spray some sleeping gas. But you managed to catch that.
That wouldn't have been good.
No, you almost triggered. You came like a hair's breadth from it, but you managed to pop this open.
Okay, well, I'm gonna open it and roll stealth and snoop about the place, especially that office, if I can. While keeping an eye out for anyone there. Oh, not quite as good as stealth roll.
Oh no, merely a 20.
Well, that's
so
a natural 2 for me.
So you're looking into like the place where the stout guy was before. That was kind of in your way, right? Okay, so yeah, you go in that room. There's two doors, one to the left and one to the right along opposite walls, and there's a big old desk with lots of papers all over it and lots of books.
Is there anyone there?
You don't see anybody in this room now.
Okay,
And there's no lights on, by the way.
Good thing is I have dark vision.
Mm-hmm.
So that works for me. And let's see. I am going to go and close the door behind me. The what? The what? And I'm gonna go look through the papers. Actually, I need to see if I have anything to. Any lights? Let's see. Other. Worn, carried. I'm not sure. Oh well. I thought I had something. See, I guess I didn't. That's odd. I guess I forgot or something. Would I still be able to see, or?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, you've got dark vision.
Well, I'm gonna use that then to read the documents in the dark. See if I can find anything about the contract or anything.
All of these books, it looks like so there's a lot of books about like necromancy and stuff, and you can read those just fine, even though you're not great at the whole spellcasting thing. However, it looks like the books that seem to document stuff are written in Necrol, and I don't know if you have Necrol.
I've never heard of that.
They know. Yeah, it's a language.
Well, it's
I knew it. I know it. Really? Yep, I knew it. I know it.
Well, it must. Well, it's a language you must have just made up or something.
No, it's on the linguistics page.
Yep.
Oh.
Which language?
Necro.
It was one of the first languages I learned after level
It's
1.
an ancient language of the dead. This whispering tongue is shared among the undead and is often associated with necromancy.
The dead tell no tales unless you know Necro.
Well, I'm going to. I suppose. I guess I'll try and. The books that tell the contracts are Necro. You said.
Yeah, and there's a lot of them. Like there's multiple shelves just packed full of these books that are documenting what looks like purchases. Like you can recognize the numbers at least.
Are there any dates or anything?
Not that you can really read. You can give me a linguistics check to see if you can like piece together enough information to figure out the date.
Which I have absolutely nothing in linguistics, so voila.
Yeah, you got nothing.
Not entirely surprising. Okay. Do any of them seem new or anything? Newer than the others?
Roll your perception check.
I imagine Necrol as written language looks like wingdings, except everything is skulls and bones.
I'll allow that to be canon. Alright, yeah, you actually figure out with that there's one right on the very top shelf, which is sticking out a little bit. And sure enough, the top shelf is one of the least dusty of the shelves, so you're pretty sure that one sticking out is probably the most recent book.
Well, I'm gonna go.
These skeletons were told they were shown drawings of this stuff. So you go through all the books until you see the drawing.
That could take a while.
I mean, it's just one book, and if it's recent, it's probably it's very back or something, or it's very front, depending on how they categorize it.
Yeah, I'm gonna flip through that one book quickly, the one on the top shelf.
All right, yeah, you flip through it, and sure enough, there is those 3 drawings in there.
Well, I got the right book then, and just for out of curiosity's sake, I'm gonna roll a perception check, see if I can spot any traps in the desk or anything.
All right. Yeah, you don't notice any traps.
And I'm gonna try and open the drawer, see if there's anything in there.
Which door? There were 2. One to your left and one to your right.
Oh, the drawers in the desk.
Oh, the drawers and the desks. Okay. Yeah, sure. You start flipping through, and you find a bottle of gin. You find even more paperwork. This stuff's actually filled out, but it looks like anything important isn't Necrol. It's probably a basic security practice for them.
Well, I might as well stuff the paperwork. We can use it. Who knows? Maybe we can use it to take down this necromancy network or something.
And you also find a key.
I mean, on one hand, they're just providing a service. On the other, they're kind of using dead people for that.
I mean, it's being
people
efficient.
eating people.
I mean, it's just no one's using the skeletons to do anything else. If they're just gonna be rotting in the ground, might as well do something.
Yeah, they weren't using their bodies.
Yeah.
Actually, there is a limit on restoration magic anyways, I think. Even Wish, I think, has a limited range on how far back it can revive someone or something. So, yeah. I suppose that's a fair point. I'm going to take the key, though. I'm curious what...
Alright, you've got a key. It's got one of those tags sticking off of it that makes it uncomfortable to put in your pocket, so it reminds you to not take it home with you by mistake.
What, does the tag... Does it say anything on the key?
No, it's just a big honking plastic tag that makes it uncomfortable to put in your pocket.
Oh, I was asking if the... Well, if the key had any identifier.
Magic tag of uncomfortableness.
It doesn't have any writing on it.
Whatever.
Okay. Do I explore further into those two doors or not? I suppose I will... Do I really want to... I checked to see if the doors have any traps on them. The two doors from
roll
the...
me a perception check. You didn't notice any traps on either door.
I quietly try and open the door and peek in.
The door's locked.
Okay, I'm going to quietly try and disable the door.
Alright, roll me a disable device check.
Actually... Plus 2 is 26.
Yep, you managed to pop the lock on that door.
I was going to say that it would probably be safer to roll for perception first, but I didn't want to.
Alright, you pop open the door. It is unlocked. Are you opening it?
Very quietly, if possible.
You open the door very quietly, and this is basically it's a pretty big room.
Mm-hmm.
Like, not a huge room, but it's like, imagine the biggest closet you've ever seen. It's like that big.
Okay. Is there anything in there?
It's packed full of skeletons that are standing.
Okay.
They all immediately look at you.
I very quietly...
Find a skeleton army!
I close the door back up. Close the door again.
Alright, you close the door. You start hearing shrieking coming from the other side of that door.
No, let us go! It's been in there for years!
I book it out of the place.
Alright, you start running up the stairs, and you see that there's no door at the top of the stairs anymore.
Uh-oh. It's probably an illusion. Run right to the wall.
I just keep going. Do I hit it?
Alright, you run into the wall. Actually, I'm gonna make you roll a really dumb perception check. No, seriously though, roll me a very dumb perception check. Alright, with that perception check, you realize that what you ran into was metal, not stone.
Mm-hmm.
Despite the fact the wall looks like stone. You definitely ran headfirst into metal.
Okay, I'm going to feel about for a doorknob or something.
Yeah, there's a doorknob there.
I try and open the door.
Alright, the door opens.
I run out.
Alright, you're back in the alley. You can faintly hear the shrieking coming from down those stairs.
I book it back to the inn.
Alright. You do so aggressively.
Good thing you closed the first door, because if you left that one open, the skeletons could have all just poured out and flooded the street of Friddleport. Basically undoing all the hard work we did like 2 days ago.
Alright, so you make it back to the inn.
Mm-hmm.
Probably looking maybe a little on the ruffled side.
Yes.
Maybe looking a little disheveled.
How do I run in with the skeletons?
Mm-hmm.
Well, good that you made it out then.
Mm-hmm.
Find anything of interest?
I'm not sure if anyone can read this, but I think I found the contract.
Let me take a look.
And a bunch of other papers in a desk. Oh, and a key. I don't know what it's for, but hey, hey, they don't have it anymore.
But hey.
It still is a key.
Okay.
A key is a key.
Yeah, I think Nava still is holding a bunch of keys that you guys stole from like the very first inn.
I'll take it if you want.
Sure, you're welcome
We
to.
should go there.
Alright, so you look through this binder, and sure enough, this binder contains not just one, but actually multiple contracts for Zrydan.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like he's used them several times recently, mostly for information gathering, but there's been... Generally, he'd hire out just one skeleton at a time to gather information on the report.
Mm-hmm.
But it appears that he's started to pay a lot more recently. There's been a lot more of a flow of money from him in order to get as many skeletons as possible. The contract appears to keep getting upped every couple days.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, currently his hiring... originally he was just hiring one skeleton. Then he bumped it up to 2. And currently he has 8 skeletons running about, according to the logs.
Does it mention anything about other cities, or is it just...
It's only talking about Riddleport.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been at it for, like, weeks or what?
Yeah, he's been doing this for basically as far back as this book goes, which appears to go back like 3 or 4 months.
Mm. So he's been really
So,
looking for it.
Are there pictures of the other artifacts in there, like the staff and the amulet? Because I can imagine that if it's been that far back, he hasn't had these yet.
And actually, you're right. You flip back about 2 months. That's when you start seeing the first signs of him looking for these artifacts in particular.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks like there were explicit instructions not to bring up what the artifacts were and simply to look for them before.
Mm-hmm.
But now he's searching much more aggressively.
So we can use this as a bait. Like, this is official.
Yeah. So they know that this book has been stolen. They can probably figure out that we've been looking for information on Zrydan, and they're probably going to report to him. He won't be able to track us because of the brooches.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
But there are other clients as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like he's their only client.
There are other clients. It looks like a few of these contracts are hits out for murder. Looks like some of them are for theft. It's really hard to track a skeleton.
Mm-hmm.
True.
So it looks like a lot of this is like disposable hitman usage.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything about the alley skeleton in there?
You don't find any mention of an alley skeleton anywhere.
I doubted it, but
I think that alley skeleton was on his own.
yeah, but it might have been.
Might have even been a wannabe lich. Maybe. I don't know.
Shanking people in an alleyway isn't really what I think of when I think of lich, but
Look, you gotta start from the bottom.
apparently.
Every lich starts
Level
somewhere.
1 lich! Level 1 lich rogue!
What is this, Ilona?
But yeah. Was there anything interesting in those loose stack of papers from the desk?
The loose stack of papers. It looks like it's a lot of. It looks like it's a lot of logs of contracts that didn't quite go through. It looks like they detail every communication that they have with every potential customer very thoroughly. And it looks like these are a lot of logs of recent customers that didn't quite fill out contracts yet or decided not to.
Oh. So, there's
Basically,
probably nothing on Zrydan in there.
Yeah, he seems to have filled out his contracts diligently.
No, nothing from Zrydan in there.
Mm-hmm.
No contact information in there?
Well, actually, there is a PO box in Riddleport that's listed under Zrydan's name.
So we could like keep their letter saying found an object that you might have been looking for, matching this description. Come to this place, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
just throwing the idea out there. Probably
Yeah,
not
we-
that good an idea, but
Good work.
Well, would he believe something that, oh, I found this object? No.
Which is why I think
Since
it's
he knows that you
better.
have it.
It's better to do the skeleton way, where we just wait for a skeleton to ask us, and we say yes.
true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or you send in a report saying, I saw someone with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
basically
It's all so good, but yeah, just basically we go through the official channel where we just respond to a skeleton. I'm not sure what
so.
they do afterwards though. Like,
Yeah,
does the
I
skeleton
feel
just
that
go
they
away?
Yeah, because I fear that maybe Zrydan would be becoming personal. That's just gonna be one of the necromancers, or maybe even just the skeletons that are going to acquire, quote unquote, the artifact.
The
What?
contract specifically says that the skeletons are simply there to gather information, nothing else.
Okay.
The skeletons are on no such orders to say kill people or steal from them.
Okay. So I guess he doesn't trust the guys to handle the artifact themselves.
Which makes sense.
sense.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
As we've
So-
seen, he tends to work alone.
it's just that I don't know what kind of information the skeletons can gather, considering their ability to communicate is extremely limited.
I mean, you could just say, it's just like
I
point at
would
the map.
I would like to point out that the guy who is taking information from skeletons seems to understand them pretty well.
I mean, probably speaking in Necril.
Okay. So, like, if they just, like, ask for a meetup, then we can arrange a place where we can set up a decent ambush.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we might be able to do this not too badly this way.
Mm-hmm. We can possibly, yeah, we could. It'd be funny if we use that alley. We just this skeleton murder.
I see. I think we need someplace more public because we don't want him to feel threatened.
If we get someplace more public, we might get
The ruins
attacked.
of the Wallmarket.
I mean, that is at the entry gate. So, like, let's say, yeah, nearest to the entry gate, there's, you know, the ruins of a Wallmarket. We'll wait for you in front of that because it's a very easy to find.
Mhm.
But it's still in public, so it's not threatening.
But what would we do out in public, like when Zrydan arrives?
I mean, we ambush people see us, whatever. Like, of course, we're trying to not harm anyone. But I'm hoping that when people see magic, you know, a magic hit happen or something, I'm hoping they'll disperse. Like, logically.
It's middle poor. People start fights all the time, I bet.
Mm.
So, yeah, like, I'm pretty sure even, like, no Tarn guards or anything are gonna stop us.
Does Riddleport even have town guards?
There are, but they never do anything.
They're kind of useless.
Because the first time we came here, I tried to speak to some of them, and they wouldn't have anything.
Mm-hmm.
Frankly, Whittleport is a place where you have to look at more for, like, the Thieves Guild or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, honestly, like if we do accidentally spill over on a bystander to like assume that they probably did some crime anyways.
That's not a good assumption to make.
That's that's some morality right there.
That's terrible morality.
Mutual good, everybody.
You guys gonna do anything else for the night, or are you guys gonna go to bed and?
I mean, I don't need to go to bed, but I'm thinking if confronting Zrydan like out in the open is a good idea.
Like basically what I do is that the next day I try to scope out a place that would be good for this kind of meeting. And if a skeleton wanders by, that's our chance to.
Like at the very least, I think
Weren't we going to wait for Doc? Yeah.
He might, he might actually help out. I have an idea of that.
All right, we'll still scope out a place, but yeah,
Yeah,
wait.
sure. Yeah.
We'll wait for Doc to
Keep
actually.
our options open.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Class dismissed.
Says from that, yeah. I'm probably just gonna go to bed, keep
Alright.
my eyes open.
You guys have 2 more days until Doc arrives. And since you guys are calling it for the day in game, I think it might be good to call it for the day here too.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe,
That's
yeah.
good.
That makes sense.
That's a good break point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we will continue this next session,
Mm-hmm.
where we will see how the rest of your time in Riddleport resolves.
Were you expecting me to find all that info on Dryden from the contract office or something, or?
Well, he didn't expect you to get into the contractor's office in the first place.
I didn't know. I didn't even have the name Rent the Skeleton down. Like, I knew it existed. Like, I wasn't pulling everything out of my ass.
Mm-hmm.
But, you guys did not touch my notes very much today, which is fine, because this was very fun.
Oh,
Well,
what?
I'm
What?
just weirded out by that because you're leaving the open to the point where we're wondering what to do.
No, I mean, that's totally fair. I was,
Mm-hmm. For instance,
no, that's
for
totally fair.
instance, was the Wallmarket burning down again in your original plans?
No. Problem is, I could talk about my original plans, but
Yeah.
my original plans are now also my future plans. I don't need to plan for next session.
Right, right.
I'm still good.
In other words, we spent an entire session side questing.
No, hey, that's super fair though. Like in retrospect, it totally makes sense.
I mean, this is not side questing. We're just
No, this is main questing.
Yeah,
This is how you
this
guys
is-
are approaching it, which is
it's just
Just in a different, more roundabout way, or maybe even more direct, since we didn't waste our day doing something else.
Mm-hmm.
So. How does the 21st look for you guys?
Looks pretty good for me.
That's when again?
That's
I'm-
2 weeks
As
from
long
today.
as it's still
Yeah,
Saturday,
definitely,
that's fine.
works.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'll make sure it's.
Post a message in the chat, and I'll remember it. Otherwise, I might have.
All right.
Yeah, normally we post something like 2 days before, so.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know it's every other week, but unless it's every week, I have difficulty keeping the schedule.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So this was fun, guys. Have a good couple weeks, and I'll chat with you guys then.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
See ya.
Adios.
Do, do, do.
Alright, there you go. Alright.
Yep.
Order dinner.
Uh-huh. Thanks for watching all the 0 people that watched me on Twitch, despite me trying to get notice in Discord. Okay, well, have a good day, all and that sort of stuff. And stream's ending in 3, 2, 1.